This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world.
My name is Michael Shear. I'm a board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgeon. I grew up in Batavia, which is not too far from here. I've been practicing oral surgery for 15 years. I love what I do. I love getting patients through a difficult time.
I'm Christine Crary, and I'm from Wheaton, Illinois. For several years, I just ignored the problem and finally decided to do something.
My name is Helen, and I am from Naperville. My story began when I was 10 years old. I was told I was not a candidate for implants due to the bone loss that had come through all the surgeries and root canals.
For me to be able to connect with the patients, encourage them, have them acknowledge their own fear, and be able to get through it, and then at the end of it feel better.
I think the biggest part for them was they had to get through my self-esteem. And he convinced me, and he walked me through and showed me the whole process of how I absolutely could have a beautiful smile someday.
That's what I love about doing this, is being able to have someone come in and then we release them back into the world feeling better about themselves.
Yes, absolutely. I would recommend Dr. Shear and his entire staff.
For the first time since I was 10 years old, I'm able to open my mouth. I have full confidence in being able to speak and talk and smile and laugh. I want you to know this was the most amazing journey I've been on, and I am forever grateful for my beautiful smile.
Hey, this is Sarah Greenfalk, owner of PsychEdge. How would you like to learn how to manage your emotions and reactions in order to enhance your performance and be successful in life? I coach and counsel student athletes, performers, and professionals, giving them the mental skills and mindsets to build confidence and resilience. My background in physical therapy, massage therapy, personal training, and 15 years of counseling give my clients an advantage. So if you are wanting to be recruited, perform better, or struggling with life balance, anxiety, or depression symptoms, I will stand by you until we reach your goals. Contact me today, sarah@aimtogrow.com, and be sure to visit my website, psychedge.club, for your monthly blog on mental health, sport, and performance psychology tips.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mike Nolan.
And I'm Dr. Chad Friend.
And we are
Nolan and Friend Dental Professionals.
We are restorative dentists practicing in Glenview and have been providing dental services in the North Shore area for over 60 years. We are a family-based practice providing care for all ages. We care for our patients as if they were family members. Our dental care that you will find here is warm, caring, and in a pleasant environment. Our team is highly trained and we will provide excellent customer service to you.
We provide our patients with comprehensive dental care. We are able to do this by meeting with you to do a thorough evaluation using the latest technology, intraoral photos, and digital x-rays. From this visit, we can discuss your dental needs and provide you with a long-term dental treatment plan.
This will include your plan for preventative care as well as any restorative and cosmetic options that you desire. Our practice provides general restorative services such as composite fillings, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, partials, and dentures. We also offer cosmetic options including teeth whitening, veneers, Invisalign, and even full smile makeovers.
It is our passion to cultivate patient relationships.
We welcome you to our practice. Please give us a call.
It's June 9th, 2010. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final is taking place between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Philadelphia Flyers. They'll still have to win a Game 7 in Chicago. It's a 3-3 tie in the first overtime, meaning this has been a moderate offensive explosion with some decent defense and goaltending squeezed in between this hockey contest. This is a huge game for Blackhawks fans, as their favorite hockey team has been a laughingstock in the Western Conference for most of the previous decade. For the Flyers, they're looking to bring back Stanley Cup glory to the city of brotherly love for the first time since the 1970s. To truly understand the importance of what happens next, we need to hit that left button on the VCR. In other words, we need to rewind. The Blackhawks are an overtime goal away from cementing their legacy in NHL history. But for a franchise who used to not even televise its home games, this seemed like a pipe dream even 5 years ago. Known for his severe cheapness, Blackhawks former owner Bill Wirtz decided to cancel all home broadcast agreements with network and cable television outlets in 1992. According to Wirtz and the Wirtz Corporation as a whole, home broadcasts were, quote, unfair to the team's season ticket holders, unquote. And as crazy as this decision was by Wirtz, fan attendance increased during the mid-1990s. Incredibly, without normal home broadcasts and overall television brand awareness about the team, the Hawks averaged over 19,300 fans during the mid-1990s at the United Center. This is how it worked. WGN and other media outlets couldn't broadcast the Blackhawks games at the United Center. But if a national broadcasting network such as ESPN decided to telecast the game, a Blackhawk fan could purchase Hawkvision, a subscription network worth $29.99 per month. Then you could watch the ESPN broadcast of Blackhawks vs. Red Wings at the United Center on normal cable television. It was pretty confusing, to be sure, and as you know, the internet wasn't big back then. If you were a big hockey fan and wanted to know about the Blackhawks, you either had to go to the game or wait for the hockey highlight on SportsCenter. Even then, hockey coverage wasn't big on ESPN, so it was in your best interest to purchase a ticket at the UC. So the fans kept supporting the Blackhawks even though they couldn't watch their favorite team on TV. However, the product on the ice wasn't so great. As if it were a curse from the hockey gods, the Hawks kept finding different ways to choke in the playoffs. An original six team, the Hawks were at one time the second most cursed original six franchise. The New York Rangers went titleless from 1940 until 1994, and the Hawks now find themselves in the same place as the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs and the Hawks have not hoisted Lord Stanley's Cup since the 1960s decade. For the Hawks, it's been even worse. They haven't won it all since 1961, and before that, Chicago went 23 years without hoisting the Cup. The Maple Leafs have been a borderline disaster since 1967, but at least the Leafs were a dynasty in the 60s. The Hawks were lucky to even win the 1961 Stanley Cup. So yeah, the Hawks have pretty much been mediocre or worse since 1961. However, there were moments when the franchise seemed destined for championship glory. The worst moment for Chicago hockey fans was the 1971 Stanley Cup Final against the hated Montreal Canadiens. Without air conditioning at Old Chicago Stadium, the Hawks were the home team during Game 7 of the Finals against the Canadiens. Jumping out to an early 2-0 lead, legendary netminder Tony Esposito couldn't stop Jacques Lamar's 60-foot-away snapshot, giving the Canadiens their first goal of the contest. Chicago Tribune writer Bob Verdi said there was a humid haze hung over the ice, but Esposito refused to blame the rink's lack of air conditioning on the soft goal he gave up. He had a point, since Lamar's shot was nearly from the center line. The Canadiens never looked back and scored twice more to upset the Hawks and win 3-2 on Chicago's home ice. Since then, the Hawks have never been closer to winning the Cup as they were that day in 1971. That is, until tonight anyway. As painful as it was in 1971, Hawks fans who were still alive in 1992 had to be devastated at what happened next to Ed Belfour and Dominik Hasek. Incredibly, Eddie the Eagle Belfour and Dominik the Dominator Hasek were both on the Blackhawks at the same time. Two future Hall of Fame goalies were both on the Hawks, and yet the franchise still couldn't win a Stanley Cup with either netminder. Belfour was the starter during the brief Belfour-Hasek years. The Hawks made the 1992 Stanley Cup championship round with Belfour and Hasek both on the roster. It was also a Chicago team with Chris Chelios leading the defenseman, and forward Jeremy Roenick was on this Hawks team as well. Led by captain Dirk Graham, the Hawks went on a very impressive winning streak in the playoffs. After falling to a 2-1 series deficit to the St. Louis Blues, the Hawks won their next 3 games against the Blues, as well as back-to-back series sweeps against the Detroit Red Wings and the Edmonton Oilers. Just like that, 11 consecutive victories saw the Blackhawks 4 wins away from ending up as the last team standing. The only team in their proverbial way, the NHL's version of the Super Mario Brothers, otherwise known as Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr. The Pittsburgh Penguins were the defending Cup champions, and after narrowly beating the Washington Capitals in Game 7 during Round 1, the Pens found their way in the finals thanks to winning 8 of their last 10 games. Hasek was probably Chicago's better goalie entering the playoffs, as the Dominator earned all rookie honors and went 10-4-1 during his 15 starts between the pipes. Between a contract holdout from Belfour and Crazy Eddie missing games this season due to personal reasons, Hasek was turning into a fan favorite, while Belfour was the more controversial choice at net. However, head coach and general manager Mike Keenan stuck with Belfour throughout the playoffs. He turned out to be the best goaltender in the postseason, not named Tom Barrasso. The problem is Barrasso plays for Pittsburgh, so it was up to Roenick and company to find consistent offense against the Eastern Conference's best goalie. It looked like the Hawks had the Pens right where they wanted them when they took a 4-1 lead during Game 1. But the hockey gods haven't liked Chicago since 1961. Whenever the Hawks can blow a postseason lead during crunch time, they like to do it. The Pens scored 4 unanswered goals on their home ice, including the game winner with just 13 seconds left in OT. A crushing 5-4 loss for the Hawks, and they never rebounded from it. It was a sweep for the Pens as the Penguins celebrated their championship victory at Chicago Stadium. Hasek even showed during the series that he still had some raw rookie moments, but Belfour clearly wasn't himself. Hasek subbed in for Belfour in Game 4 after Eddie the Eagle gave up 2 goals on just 4 shots on goal. Keenan had a tough decision to make between keeping Hasek and Belfour, but with Belfour 1 year removed from winning the Vezina and Williams M. Jennings trophies for best goalie, Keenan had no choice but to allow Hasek to become expendable. The Sabres then cashed in on the young goalie's athleticism by fleecing the Hawks with a terrible trade request. The Sabres received a future Hall of Famer in Hasek, and the Blackhawks received just future draft considerations and a goalie in Stefan Beauregard, who never played a single minute in the goalie crease. The future draft considerations eventually led to the Hawks drafting Eric Daze in the 4th round. Daze became an all-star left winger, but serious back and herniated disc issues saw the team's promising winger limited to just 74 games in 3 seasons after his all-star game appearance in 2002. He retired after playing just 1 game in 2005. That being said, Keenan didn't want there to be a locker room controversy between Hasek and Belfour, and it's easy to say in hindsight when no one knew how great Hasek would become. Unfortunately, Belfour wouldn't even finish his career in Chicago. The Hawks were worried that he would re-sign with the team, so they shipped him off to San Jose for 3 players I personally never heard of until I Googled them. Ulf Dahlin, Michael Sikora, and Chris Terreri. Terreri was put in the very tough position of trying to fill Belfour's shoes in net, and he never got close to reaching Belfour's milestone achievements. Blackhawk fans kept asking themselves, is this team cursed? The 1999 Stanley Cup Final pitted Belfour against Hasek as the Dallas Stars took on the Buffalo Sabres. Belfour eventually won the cup over Hasek in the series, although Hasek won more cups than the Eagle once he began playing for the Red Wings. The Blackhawks managed just 1 more Western Conference Finals appearance with Belfour in net, and they wouldn't get back to the Western Conference Finals until last season. No one ever wishes someone to die, but success seemed to reach the Blackhawks once Bill Wirtz passed away from complications of cancer on September 26, 2007. His son, Rocky Wirtz, took over the team, and during their first season with Rocky as the CEO, the Hawks finished above 500 for the first time in 6 years. With John McDonough as the president and Joel Quenneville as the head coach, the Hawks made it back to the playoffs and finished in the Final Four. The Red Wings once again got in their way and easily took care of the Hawks 4-1 during the 2009 Western Conference Finals. Entering the 2009-10 season, the Hawks decided they need a veteran forward who could score goals and match up against their biggest rival, the Detroit Red Wings. Marian Hossa signed with the Blackhawks, giving the Hawks a formidable 1-2-3 punch on line 1 on Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves, Marian Hossa. That is, if they ever needed to use all 3 guys on the power play. The Hawks were a tough team to beat in 2010, and they finished just 1 point shy of the Western Conference leading Sharks, but the Hawks were the better team in the Western Conference Finals and swept the Sharks to make it to the Stanley Cup Final. Their opponent was an unlikely one, the Philadelphia Flyers. Entering the playoffs as a 7th seed, the Flyers had little title aspirations, but after the top-seeded Capitals were stunned in round 1 to the 8th-seeded Canadiens, there was new hope in Philly. The Flyers looked dead in the water when they trailed 3-0 in the Eastern Conference semifinals, but Simon Gagne returned for Game 4, and they definitely needed him as Gagne scored in overtime to force a Game 5. Brian Boucher was excellent as the Flyers starting goalie during Game 5, but he had to leave the game early due to knee injuries. As such, Michael Layton finished off Game 5 as the Flyers' new goalie and preserved the 4-0 shutout. Layton then got the start in Game 6 as expected, and he made the most of his opportunity by being perfect through 59 minutes until the Boston Bruins scored late. It was still a 2-1 win for the Flyers, and wouldn't you know it, the Flyers had a chance to win Game 7 and come back from an insurmountable 3-0 deficit. The Bruins actually led 3-0 in Game 7 at the TD Garden in Boston, but they simply couldn't avoid a significantly embarrassing collapse. James Van Riemsdyk, who didn't score a single goal in the playoffs prior to tonight, netted a very important goal late in the first period to give his teammates new life and ending the shutout attempt. The Flyers then scored 3 more unanswered goals to win a surprising 4-3 Game 7 over the Bruins, becoming just the 3rd team in NHL history to come back from a 3-0 series deficit. In fact, this had only been done once in any other American professional sport besides hockey. The Boston Red Sox defeated the New York Yankees 4-3 during the 2004 American League Championship Series. And now the Flyers are back in the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 1997, looking for their first championship since 1975. The 1997 Stanley Cup Final was very interesting since it pitted the Flyers against the Red Wings, with both teams being in the Eastern Time Zone. The Flyers got swept in that series, with fans questioning if the franchise made the right decision all those years ago when they traded for former #1 overall draft pick Eric Lindros. Lindros scored just once in that series against the Red Wings, and it cost the Flyers a lot just to acquire him. They sent the Quebec Nordiques 6 players, 2 first-round picks, and $15 million in cash for only Lindros. The Nordiques eventually moved to Colorado, with the future Hall of Famer in Forsberg helping the Colorado Avalanche win 2 Stanley Cup titles. What did Lindros contribute? Just one goal in his lone Stanley Cup final, and his constant bad luck of suffering concussions, he suffered 4 during his career in Philly, inevitably led to him being traded to the New York Rangers. The Lindros trade was a huge gamble for the Flyers, and it cost them much-needed role players they probably could have used during their playoff runs in the late 90s and early 2000s. However, the Flyers probably wouldn't have made it to the finals without Lindros in the lineup, so there's a lot of give and take when debating if Philly should have traded for the future Hall of Famer. In a weird twist of fate, the Rangers tried to trade for Lindros, which would have included goalie Mike Richter. Richter was huge down the stretch for the Rangers during the 1994 Stanley Cup Final, which they won, so Rangers fans are probably very happy with the trade with Philly that was finalized prior to the Rangers calling up the Nordiques. But the Flyers are finally back in the Stanley Cup Final, in large part due to the Flyers getting defenseman Chris Pronger in another blockbuster deal with Anaheim. It cost Philly 2 players and 2 first-round picks. History tells us that the Flyers love sacrificing the future for winning now, but this time around, it has paid its dividends in a big way. Pronger's 14 playoffs assists have allowed the Flyers to be 1 goal away from forcing a Game 7 in Chicago, their closest to a title in 35 years. The trade for Pronger was definitely an immediate success. Layton's 3 shutouts in the Eastern Conference Finals prove that he deserves to be in the league, but is he a franchise goalie? Not so much. One of the reasons that the Blackhawks are a goal away from the title is Layton can't recreate his magic from the previous round. In fact, Boucher relieved him in Game 2 and Game 5 due to erratic play, but head coach Peter Laviolette decided to stick with Layton in this pivotal Game 6. And to be honest, the Flyers felt comfortable about tonight. Both of their wins in the series were at home, and with the Hawks being led by 2 players under the age of 25 in Kane and Taves, they don't have a lot of experience in this pressure situation. It's up to former #1 overall draft pick Patrick Kane and Captain Taves to finish off the Flyers. Otherwise, it's back to Chicago for a winner-go-home Game 7, and Blackhawk fans know all too well how that panned out back in '71. Sharp knows all too well how this Blackhawks team has stunk over the years as he joined the team during the 2006 season. Remind their fans of Broad Street Bullies who won back-to-back cups in the 70s, or will the Blackhawks finally appease the hockey gods and give their fans a much-deserved championship? It's golden goal format, and Patrick Kane has the puck deep in the Flyers' end. Thanks for watching our NHL version of Rewinder. Make sure to comment below and subscribe to Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Welcome to the pregame show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Kyle Smith, but I, of course, don't matter. This young man matters. Michael Heiberger on senior night as Benet's about to take on Nazareth. Both teams are 4-on-4. Winner goes out of the playoffs, loser go home. Michael, I don't want to pressure you, but you knew all week what this game meant.
Yeah, for sure. This is a big game. Biggest game of the season. Biggest game of my career, probably as a high schooler. I'm just ready to go out there and play right now.
Does it feel nice that it's not 40 degrees anymore? We're in the mid-70s tonight?
Yeah, you know, I don't mind. I don't mind whatever weather, but yeah, it's a nice night tonight for sure.
What's it going to take to slow down this dynamic Nazareth running attack?
I think our defense is very good. I think we're going to come out there. We got a good game plan. I think we're ready to play right now. I think we're going to be able to stop them.
You guys started a little cold, 1-3, now 4-4. What does that mean to you, especially that 3-game winning streak, to get closer and closer to the postseason?
I think that shows our team's heart. I think that shows our team's fight. We're not going to go down easy, and we're going to stomp this team tonight is what I'm feeling right now.
Conditions aren't really a factor. It's not very cold, wind blowing out. Is that going to help the kicking game at all?
I think so, yeah. I think we've got some very good kickers on our roster. Flores and Mike Lawler and Aaron Becker, very good kickers, so that's going to be very nice. I think they're going to be able to get some decent kicks off tonight.
Final thoughts about senior night and winning for the parents tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to win out there, you know. I'd love to win for my teammates and, of course, my parents who've been supporting me my entire football career, so I'm just ready to play right now.
Michael, good luck, and maybe you'll be a Benet victory.
Thank you.
That's Michael Heiberger. We'll take a break. You're watching the pregame show brought to you by SBS.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. Other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-on-0, a shot, and a goal! So 3-3, the power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world.
Hey, this is Sarah Greenfalk here of Psych Edge. Do you want to learn how to improve your performance, improve your confidence, improve your resilience? Coming this fall, Psych Edge is releasing 5 workshop classes that will give you the skills to accomplish your goals with increased confidence and resilience. This is your opportunity to learn all the main psychological pieces of mental training in one place, plus the process I've developed to build these skills. Go to my website, psychedge.club, and sign up for my monthly blog emails, which will include the updates on the class release.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Made from an athlete's mind for all sports minds. Level Up Branding is a unique sports marketing and branding agency, offering athlete management, brand management, and so much more. We are powered by experience, currently serving athletes in the WNBA, MLR, NFL, and college sports. We are looking to take on more clients because everyone deserves a shot at their dream. Our goal is to help others by inspiring one person at a time. Level Up Branding was founded by Lauren, who was and still is an athlete. She understands the importance of being a well-rounded and built individual. It takes an athlete to know an athlete. We are built different. There is so much more to an athlete than what is seen on the field or the court. We make it a priority to understand our athletes. We want to know and understand our clients' values, motives, passions, and future goals. At Level Up Branding, we believe in helping others succeed. We believe in giving back. We believe in family. You are more than an athlete. Level Up Branding was founded based on the sheer passion of sports, community involvement, and the sense of belonging to a community. We were created from an athlete's innovative mindset and experience, and here to offer our services to like-minded athletes.
Welcome to the pregame show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Kyle Smith, but I, of course, don't matter. This young man matters. Michael Heiberger on senior night as Benet's about to take on Nazareth. Both teams are 4-on-4. Winner goes out of the playoffs, loser go home. Michael, I don't want to pressure you, but you knew all week what this game meant.
Yeah, for sure. This is a big game. Biggest game of the season. Biggest game of my career, probably as a high schooler. I'm just ready to go out there and play right now.
Does it feel nice that it's not 40 degrees anymore? We're in the mid-70s tonight.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind whatever weather, but yeah, it's a nice night tonight for sure.
What's it going to take to slow down this dynamic Nazareth running attack?
I think our defense is very good. I think we're going to come out there. We got a good game plan. I think we're ready to play right now. I think we're going to be able to stop them.
You guys started a little cold, 1-3, now 4-4. What does that mean to you, especially that 3-game winning streak, to get closer and closer to the postseason?
I think that shows our team's heart. I think that shows our team's fight. We're not going to go down easy, and we're going to stop this team tonight is what I'm feeling right now.
Conditions aren't really a factor. It's not very cold, wind blowing out. Is that going to help the kicking game at all?
I think so, yeah. I think we've got some very good kickers on our roster. Flores and Mike Lawler and Aaron Becker are very good kickers, so that's going to be very nice. I think they're going to be able to get some decent kicks off tonight.
Final thoughts about senior night and winning for the parents tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to win out there. You know, I'd love to win for my teammates and, of course, my parents who've been supporting me my entire football career. So I'm ready to play right now.
Michael, good luck, and maybe you'll be a Benet victory.
Thank you.
That's Michael Heiberger. We're taking a break. You're watching the pregame show brought to you by SBS.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
I'm a board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgeon. I grew up in Batavia, which is not too far from here. I've been practicing oral surgery for 15 years. I love what I do. I love getting patients through a difficult time.
I'm Christine Crary, and I'm from Wheaton, Illinois. For several years, I just ignored the problem and finally decided to do something.
My name is Helen, and I am from Naperville. My story began when I was 10 years old. I was told I was not a candidate for implants due to the bone loss that had come through all the surgeries and root canals.
For me to be able to connect with the patients, encourage them, have them acknowledge their own fear, and be able to get through it, and then at the end of it feel better.
I think the biggest part for them was they had to get through my self-esteem. And he convinced me and he walked me through and showed me the whole process of how I absolutely could have a beautiful smile someday.
That's what I love about doing this, is being able to have someone come in and then we release them back into the world feeling better about themselves.
Yes, absolutely. I would recommend Dr. Scheer and his entire staff.
For the first time since I was 10 years old, I'm able to open my mouth. I have full confidence in being able to speak and talk and smile and laugh. I want you to know this was the most amazing journey I've been on, and I am forever grateful for my beautiful smile.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Hey, this is Sarah Greenfalk, owner of PsychEdge. How would you like to learn how to manage your emotions and reactions in order to enhance your performance and be successful in life? I coach and counsel student athletes, performers, and professionals, giving them the mental skills and mindsets to build confidence and resilience. My background in physical therapy, massage therapy, personal training, and 15 years of counseling give my clients an advantage. So if you are wanting to be recruited, perform better, or struggling with life balance, anxiety, or depression symptoms, I will stand by you until we reach your goals. Contact me today, sarah@aimtogrow.com, and be sure to visit my website, psychedge.club, for your monthly blog on mental health, sport, and performance psychology tips.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. Other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world.
Hey, this is Sarah Greenfalk here of Psych Edge. Do you want to learn how to improve your performance, improve your confidence, improve your resilience? Coming this fall, Psych Edge is releasing 5 workshop classes that will give you the skills to accomplish your goals with increased confidence and resilience. This is your opportunity to learn all the main psychological pieces of mental training in one place, plus the process I've developed to build these skills. Go to my website, psychedge.club, and sign up for my monthly blog emails, which will include the updates on the class release.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. But my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Welcome to the pregame show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Kyle Smith, but I, of course, don't matter. This young man matters. Michael Heiberger on senior night as Benet's about to take on Nazareth. Both teams are 4-on-4. Winner goes out of the playoffs, loser go home. Michael, I don't want to pressure you, but you knew all week what this game meant.
Yeah, for sure. This is a big game. Biggest game of the season. Biggest game of my career, probably as a high schooler. I'm just ready to go out there and play right now.
Does it feel nice that it's not 40 degrees anymore? We're in the mid-70s tonight?
Yeah, you know, I don't mind. I don't mind whatever weather, but yeah, it's a nice night tonight for sure.
What's it going to take to slow down this dynamic Nazareth running attack?
I think our defense is very good. I think we're going to come out there. We got a good game plan. I think we're ready to play right now. I think we're going to be able to stop them.
You guys started a little cold, 1-3, now 4-4. What does that mean to you, especially that 3-game winning streak, to get closer and closer to the postseason?
I think that shows our team's hard. I think that shows our team's fight. We're not going to go down easy, and we're going to stomp this team tonight is what I'm feeling right now.
Conditions aren't really a factor. It's not very cold, wind blowing out. Is that going to help the kicking game at all?
I think so, yeah. I think we've got some very good kickers on our roster. Flores and Mike Lawler and Aaron Becker, very good kickers, so that's going to be very nice. I think they're going to be able to get some decent kicks off tonight.
Final thoughts about senior night and winning for the parents tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to win out there, you know. I'd love to win for my teammates and, of course, my parents who've been supporting me my entire football career, so I'm just ready to play right now.
Michael, good luck, and maybe you'll be a Benet victory.
Thank you.
That's Michael Heiberger. We'll take a break. You're watching the pregame show brought to you by SBS.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Is the speaker system not working? It's like one speaker's on and that's it. Like usually you hear it. I see that. That took me weeks to track. And they still screw it. I didn't catch what you meant. I got you now. Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Illinois High School Association football on Sports Broadcast Solutions. My name is Mark McAndrew, and with me tonight is my broadcast partner, Rick Guerin. We are broadcasting live from Benedictine University in Lisle, Illinois, and tonight's game features the 4-4 Nazareth Academy Roadrunners against the 4-4 Benet Academy Red Wings. Rick, this is a playoff play-in game.
Yeah, that's right. This is a playoff game. Winner goes home, or winner goes on, loser goes home. So believe me, they have been preaching this all week. Both teams know what's at stake. This is a game you definitely like being at home for.
Yeah.
Benet owns them a little bit of revenge after last year. They got knocked out in a similar situation. But, you look at everything. It's a beautiful night here. They're about to get healthy. They're the healthiest they've been in a few weeks. It's senior night. It should be a fantastic game.
It's great weather. It's like 70 degrees. No significant wind or anything like that. No precipitation like that horrific scene last week at Joliet Catholic. I really like our chances tonight. The team's fired up, and as you noticed, or you mentioned, I should say, it's senior night. So what the viewers didn't see was all the senior parents got to come on the field with their parents. I think this is a great game.
Yeah, it's a great crowd here tonight. You see people coming from all over the place. I think this is going to be a loud crowd. I think it's going to be an exciting crowd, and I think this is going to be a really exciting game.
Yeah. Benet, unfortunately, has Malik, Badescu, and Fry out. The good news is Lawler is back, Takahashi is back. We talked with the coaching staff. We're going to see a little bit more 3-4 rather than our regular 4-3 on defense. And I think another little flavor that you might see is a little bit Ryan Kubaki at quarterback.
Well, I think this is a game, Mark, that you're going to see the coaching staff do whatever it takes to mix it up and to win this game. Like you said, it's a playoff game. So you work on things that maybe they haven't seen before, and you really have to work to what your personnel is. At the end of the season, everybody's banged up. Everybody's playing at different positions. So get ready for a wild one. I'm just glad you mentioned it. We have the two running backs who were out last week, and it was really a running back by committee last week, that they're both back in the lineup tonight.
Bennett's kicking off. Justin Taylor is back for the Roadrunners. Offensively, for Nazareth, you're going to see a sophomore quarterback that started last year as a freshman, and he's a very talented guy, Logan Malachuk. You're going to see him scramble a lot. You're going to see him, he's got a nice arm, and he's quick. He moves in and out of the pocket, and he's going to throw a lot of slants and a lot of screens.
Yep, absolutely, Mark. Here we go.
That's going to go over their heads. That's a nice kick, and that's going to go back for a touchback. They're going to start out at the 20-yard line.
And that's what you need. In a game like this, your field position is going to be so important, right? You want to make sure that you're getting the field position game in your favor right from the start of this. If you've got that, you're in good shape. This is a young Nazareth team too, Mark. You had mentioned the quarterback. You had mentioned some of the receivers. But they're young, they're fast, they're athletic. It's going to be a big matchup for the secondary of the Red Wings.
Zach Hayes, the wideout on this far side. They've got a wideout on either side. They're going to hand off inside. He's going to go over that right tackle. That was number 24, Alexander Angulo.
And a run right up the middle against that 3-4 you're talking about, Mark. I do think you'll see Nazareth try to mix it up on their own side. Benet made some adjustments this week. We're going to see those in the game. You know that the Roadrunners did the same thing. They had a great win against Montini last week, but that doesn't mean you go back with the same formula.
2nd and 8 for the Roadrunners. Malachuk drops straight back. He's looking to his left. He's going to dump it off to his running back, who breaks one tackle. Petusik comes in and brings him down. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage, I think, Rick.
You look at some of these Benet linebackers. Petusik's a great example. Here's a senior. He doesn't want this to be his last game. He came flying in on that play. You're not going to see a lot of pressure without a blitz or sending a couple linebackers with the 3-4. So expect to see those guys kind of hit the gaps a little bit throughout this game.
3rd and 9 now for the Roadrunners. They've got trips receivers to that far side. Malachuk rolls right. Now he hits somebody right at the 30, and he's got some running room, makes a cutback, trips over his own feet, actually. And for some reason, he's looking for a flag.
I don't know what the flag he's looking for, but maybe they do that in LaGrange. I don't know. That was a really strange thing by number 7.
Regardless, it's a 1st down and 10. They're going to have the ball just inside their own 40. And that was a nice play by Malachuk, who rolled right kept his cool and delivered a nice pass.
He's got a nice arm. The quarterback.
He does not look like a sophomore to me.
That was a laser beam.
Fakes the handoff. Now sends a rope looking for number 2. And you're going to see that, Rick. You're going to see Taylor, Jaden Falski, Zach Hayes, Angulo. All of these guys, they will play different positions in the slot and the wideout. And then you'll see Angulo and Taylor both at the wideout and at the running back position. So you're going to see them move all over the field. Angulo is to Malachuk's right. He fakes it to him, throws it out to his slot, who tries to break a tackle and gets nowhere. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10, Rick. So another 3rd and long for them. We got to stop them here.
Well, one of the things you notice here, Mark, is that the quarterback's getting the ball out of his hand really, really quickly.
You're exactly right.
So they're getting into their playmakers. They're running some slants over. That was a quick screen. The ball was actually a little bit behind him. He drops that one. That's actually probably a live ball. But nice job by the Benet defense to get there on the play.
Nazareth breaks from the huddle. They've got a slot and a wide out to either side of the field. Malachuk drops straight back. He's got some time. Now he scrambles right, unloads it. He's got a receiver on that far side. That was Danny O'Malley in coverage.
Mark, I didn't see if he maybe came up and thought the quarterback was going to take off, but he was really open on that far side of the field.
Yeah, he gave him a lot of gap. I think he gave him a little bit too much gap in coverage there, but inside handoff, he's going to pick up maybe 2 yards, Rick.
One of the things you're seeing, Mark, is they're getting to the line very, very quickly. Benet, they don't have a lot of depth right now based on injuries and some other things that are going on, but they're getting up to the line. Now they're slowing it down a little bit, but I think they're going to try to keep this Benet defense gassed as much as they can.
Yeah, 2nd and 8. Benet has stopped them pretty well on the first 2 plays. It's been a 3rd down. It's been a real crutch for us. Malachuk drops straight back, looks left. He's going to throw it to that side. Airmails it. That's out of bounds and that's incomplete. So we're at another 3rd and long. But what they're 3 for 3 on 3rd down.
You saw some pressure come through by the Benet defense there. That play obviously wasn't supposed to be that quick. At first I thought they were maybe setting up a screen, but that wasn't the case. They had sent a couple of the linebackers and that did the job.
The other thing, to your point about who they've had out there, Walsh has been playing a lot of defensive end. Usually we've seen him sparingly at early parts of the game. They've been saving him more for offense. Malachuk rolls left this time, dumps it off into the flat. He's going to be short of that 1st down, Rick.
I don't think so, Mark. I think he's going to be, I think they're going to give it to him. I do, yep.
Oh, I thought he was, but you're right. They love to move those chains.
Just figure if it's within 1.5 yards, the officials are going to go on both sides 1st down.
It's going to be 1st and goal right at the 10-yard line.
They're rolling that running back or that quarterback out a little bit to give him space. And right now it's really keeping these defensive backs back on their heels.
Angulo to his right. Now he hands off to him. He's going to go over the left side. And he's brought down for a short gain.
And you see what this formula is, Mark. They're running the ball on 1st, sometimes on 2nd down here, in between the tackles, and then they're spreading those out 3-4 receivers and getting the ball out quickly.
2nd and goal. 7:49 left to go in this 1st quarter. Nazareth has had the ball this whole time. If you're just joining us, Benet has consistently stopped them on 1st and 2nd downs, but on 3rd downs, they're 3 for 3. Now this H-back goes in motion. They got trips to this near side, handoff over the left side, and a cutback by Angulo. And there's Danny O'Malley and Weidenbach in on the cut.
Yeah, they were ready there, and I thought the defensive end looked like he was getting held a little bit there, but you're right, number 7, O'Malley, number 9, Weidenbach, they're on the tackle. So another 3rd down.
3rd and goal for the road runner.
At a certain point here, Mark, you're going to have to take some risks on defense on 3rd down and play a little bit more bump and run coverage here, because right now they're getting too much space and getting those 1st downs.
As I told you, Justin Taylor is the wideout over here. Malachuk gets a snap. Now he rolls left. He's looking left. And he was, nice pass, nice catch. That was to number 2, Justin Taylor. Ben Jones on the coverage. And it was actually, he was right there, but it was a nicely designed play, and he gave him just enough room to tuck in and cross the goal line.
Well, it's a little bit different because Benet hasn't seen a lot of teams with receivers like this, right? Where usually you can give them a few yards. These guys are I think, nervous about having them get behind him. And right there, that quarterback just threw a laser beam into the end zone for a touchdown.
Zach Hayes trying the extra point, and it's good. Nazareth takes a 7-0 lead with 6:42 left. You're watching Sports Broadcast Solutions.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS,
Is that Rocky on the left?
Looks like 18.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
So we're just about to start the kickoff by Nazareth, and the ball got blown down. So they're going to tee it up again and try this again. Back for the Red Wings is Manuel, and I think that might be Rosanova on the near side. Here's a low line drive kick. Takes a weird bounce. It's going to be fielded at the 15, now the 20, 25, cuts it outside. Now he's at the 30, and he's going to get knocked out at about the 35, 36-yard line. Good return.
So that's Pat Patello, number 4 on the play. Was playing up a little bit, took a funny bounce. He did a nice job cross field and got some decent field position for Bennett's first drive. Real quick, Mark, while I have a second, I just want to call out a friend of ours, friend of the program, a longtime listener, Sally Boyer.
Sally.
In Port Huron, Michigan. Mother of Nicole Jones, grandmother to
I know.
Ben Jones.
I know.
Thanks for listening,
I know her.
Sally. We're going to get a score for you right here.
Fantastic. Heppel takes a snap, inside handoff to Lawler. Nice run. He's going to pick up, looks like about 6 yards on that play, Rick.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a different Benet offense than you saw a week ago, based on some things that they put in. Offensive line is intact. You've got both your running backs back. So the best thing they can do right now, let's get that defense a rest a little bit, have a nice drive here, get in the end zone, tie this thing up.
Heppel's got Lawler to his right. Gives another inside handoff over the left side this time. And Lawler, I think he's going to be just short of the first down, but he picks up another 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, it looks like it's about 3rd and 2, Mark. Gives you a lot of options on 3rd and 2. I really hope that you're looking here at 4 downs. I want to keep the ball moving. Again, you can't get that defense out on the field too quickly after a long 7-minute possession.
You got Patello on this near side. Heppel from the shotgun. Hard count. Now he looks over at the sidelines.
How much? How are you? Good. How you feeling? Feeling great. Good to see you. What's up, man?
Now he moves Lawler to his right, takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Lawler. He's looking right his whole time. Now he dumps it off to Patello, number 4, and that's going to be a first down.
That's a first down. And, his first guy he was looking at was Walsh over the middle at about the 50-yard line. And he was open right out of the gate. Nice look off, got away from the rusher. Patello found space, knew where that first down marker was. First down, Red Wings.
Walsh is now spread out to this near side of the field. He's got trips receivers to that far side at the Red Wing 45-yard line. Now he's going to hand off. This is going to be Lawler straight up the middle. He's got about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Lawler's been a workhorse all season. He didn't play against Troy Catholic last week. He was banged up. I think they knew how important this game was for him. Got another week of recovery. And he's going to get some carries tonight. There's no doubt about it.
Rosanova in the slot. Tyson spread out on that far side of the field. Now Walsh goes in motion. He's going to run straight up the field, and they're going to dump it off to Patello over in the flat, and he's got about another 5 yards, but it's going to bring up another 3rd and maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's another nice ball. A little bit short of the first down. Looking for Pat early, and what I like is using multiple receivers here, Mark, and eventually getting Walsh open. They did that against Notre Dame. They've done that against some other teams earlier where they're using their whole arsenal of receivers.
Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to roll out left. He's got some pressure, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds.
He didn't have a lot of time there, and he rolled out. Good move by getting the ball out of bounds. It looks like they're going to bring the punt team out here. I think it's too early to go for this play, Mark. I think if you can get him back there and go back to that field possession game we talked about, it's probably the right move.
The way they moved down the field on that first drive is concerning, obviously, and you don't want to turn over the ball to them at midfield and give them half a field to work with. So I think this is the right call. Becker is back at his own 39-yard line. He's been doing a nice job. Low snap, it bounces. Becker gets it blocked. Now it's bounced around, and they're going to take over at about the 41-yard line. So it was a low snap. It bounced up at his knees, at his shins. He tried to get it off, and it did not work.
There was absolutely 0.0 Becker could do on that play, right? That he even got a foot on it is a miracle. That ball came in, it bounced 2 feet before him. He did it, thought he had a moment to kick it. It goes back to the snap.
Yeah. Not what you wanted to see there, obviously. What we'd love to see is at least pin him inside their 20. But now, talk about flipping the field on us. Yeah. They're taking over on our 42-yard line, leading 7-0. 3:35 left to go in this first quarter. Malachuk takes the ball. Now we've got a flag.
I think that's going to be motion on that, Mark. Yep. That didn't look very smooth from the beginning as they were moving around there.
No, it almost appeared as if they realized they were in the wrong formation or something. They were going to try to fix it quickly, and it didn't work out for them.
Now, if they can do that 6-7 more times in a row, we'll get back where that punt would have landed, and no harm, no foul.
1st and 15 for the Roadrunners. They're at the Benet 46-yard line. Malachuk's in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off over the left side. He's got some running room, cuts back, and he's hit. But not after a nice, I think he's going to get back to the original line scrimmage. That was Weidenbach on the tackle.
No, got a little bit more than that, Mark. That was a good 10-yard
Oh, you're right.
run.
You're right. It's going to bring up a 2nd and maybe 6 now.
You know, if you're going to have any success stopping this passing game in the way that these receivers are getting open, the quick release, you're going to have to bottle up the running game, because if they know that they can mix that up, it's going to make it a heck of a lot tougher on this Benet defense.
Another inside handoff. He's going to bounce it out left. Looks like number 8, Jones, was in on the tackle on that one.
The defensive line got hit pretty good there, Mark. There wasn't a lot of contact until they were into that second level of the defense.
that front three of Van Summeren, Heiberger, and who's that end? Is that?
It looks like it's 52.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Now they're going to jet it out to that far side of the field, and there's a hold clearly. You could see that from up here. But, you know, Badetsky looks like he's out there, Rick.
Mark, is that a hold or is that going to be a face mask?
It may have been a face mask at the beginning, but I'm telling you, he grabbed him from the back trying to keep Van Summeren from coming up and making the tackle. Let's see the call here. Yeah, so he threw the hat. What? This is when we need, that's a hold and a face mask.
Okay.
Oh, on Benet.
Yeah, I did see a face mask over there. It looks like there was...
Was it on the player that was being held that he grabbed the lineman's face mask, or was it on the running back when they tackled him?
My memory's not that good, Mark. I can't tell you. Let's go back to the tape later.
So it'll be offsetting, and it'll be first and 10
that's tough because you're right. You called the hold right away, which would have pushed them back, back towards the 50. But now they get another shot at it. I think you're going to see the ball in the air on this play, though.
Now, we haven't seen this look. Malachuk's got a running back on either side. He's going to hand it off again to two. They're going to try that jet over the right side, and he breaks through the line of scrimmage, and he picks up 12, 13 yards.
Number 2 looks to be one of their playmakers. I mean, he scored the touchdown earlier. He's explosive. He got that ball, and he was already in third gear.
Yeah, that's Justin Taylor.
Yeah.
I watched a little game film.
What year is Justin?
That's a good question, Rick Aaron. Justin Taylor is in the class of 2023. You're right. This is a young team.
Well, that would make him a senior.
2023.
That's right.
Oh, because of May. Oh.
Game 9, folks. Game 9.
Listen to me. I'm a little hyped up for this game right now, okay? And I'm very concerned about how easily this team has been moving the ball in the first
right now, the 3-4, well, it's a different look, isn't getting, I think, the results that they had hoped, right?
Yeah.
They seem to be handling it up front, and when you send a linebacker or two, you're leaving one of those receivers open or in single coverage a lot.
Malachuk, hands off. This time they go over the right side.
It's going to be short of the first down, but that'll be the quarter.
So we'll take a break. We're going to come back in the second quarter, but Nazareth is driving, leaving 7-0. You're watching Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
The second quarter here, Nazareth leading 7-0, but they're driving and threatening a second score. Third and short, inside handoff. And I think he's got it.
Yeah, he's got it. You can see where they're standing. The officials are there. He got it by about 1.5 yards. So another first down. And, Mark, we talked about that. It was a long first drive for him. Now another long drive here. Benet really needs to stop.
With other teams, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with having that extra lineman up front, but it seems like we've shut down the run more early, especially early in the game, but we're struggling with that tonight, Rick. Here's the slot in motion. Now their handoff over to the near side of the field. He's got some running room to the corner, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, the defensive end got pinched inside a little bit on that one. There wasn't the contain that they needed. Again, it seems like everything is getting to that second level, and that's part of what you risk with the three-man front.
Yeah, Godziak got there to the corner and pushed him out of bounds, but not before he got to about the 4-yard line. That's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 4.
Looks like they got a jumbo package in there.
Hands off over the left side, cuts back.
Beautiful cut.
He just planted his foot and went straight up field.
That was a really nice cut. There was one soft spot on that defense on the left side, and he did. You're exactly right. Planted that left foot and stepped in, and I think that was Taylor again.
For any 8th grade Naperville Saints guys watching, that's what we talk about all the time, is when we're doing that, plant your foot and move upfield. That was a great cut. Here's Hayes with the extra point attempt. Snap is down, kick is up. And unfortunately, Rick, 10:39, and we've got a 14-0 ball game. And it looks like Naz is having their way right now with the Red Wings. Benet needs a nice drive here and needs to turn it around. We're going to take a short break. You're watching Sports Broadcasting Systems.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone.
All right, we're back. And Bennett's about to receive the kickoff from the Roadrunners. Manuel is standing about the 5-yard line. And it's going to go. That's a nice kick.
Their kicker's got a leg. I mean, you can see that on the extra points and the kickoff. Listen, this is, I know there's a ton of time, almost 3 quarters left in this game, but you're playing for your playoff life, right? You're playing for your season right now. This isn't the time to not open up the playbook or do what you need to do to get back in this game. Listen, they had some nice passes on the first one. They ran the ball well. The bad special team play didn't do them any favors, right? So you don't necessarily need to score here, but you need to have a drive, moving the ball, and getting that field position back.
They're going to throw a little swing pass out here to the right side. Now he's going to throw it downfield, and it's way short. That was Kubaki, the sophomore, who was brought up.
And, we're going to have a penalty. This is going to be a personal. This is going to be a personal foul against the Roadrunners. There it is. And Mark, I didn't see if somebody was hit or if something was said, but either way, that's an automatic first down and a big break for the Red Wings.
Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the broadcast. Coach knew was going to incorporate Kubaki, and he's a nice runner, and he's got a nice arm. And clearly that was a design play. They were going to zip it out.
Well, we just talked about it, right? This is where you empty the playbook.
Well, Bennett's got to take advantage of that break now.
I think you're going to see a run right here, Mark.
Inside handoff to Lawler. And Lawler was actually grabbed behind the line of scrimmage, drove his feet, spun, and took a loss to a 4-yard gain.
Well, that goes back to, the kid tackled high on him, right? So he was able to spin and move forward. But Lauer does that so well. He's done that well his whole career.
Yeah.
Really a tough kid to take down with one guy, especially if you're going to tackle up high.
Just over 10 minutes left to go in the half. Benet with a 2nd and 6 at their own 39-yard line. Heppel takes the snap, jabs right, rolls left. He's got some pressure, and he's brought down for a loss of about 5. That's a killer right there.
Mark, we're going to have to try to get 19 involved in the offense a little bit more. I know he's playing defense, but you got to start looking at him as your primary receiver and have somebody come behind him because he's going to be open, or the guy behind him is going to be open.
Yeah.
If they're going to give him a lot of attention.
And let me make a correction. I said a 5-yard loss. That was a 5-yard loss from the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It was a 10-yard loss, which makes it a 3rd and 15. And we've got a long 3rd down here.
Well,
and he's brought down again. The line could not keep them out. That defensive line for Naz was just surging through.
There was one guy that got through there, Mark.
Yeah.
It was on the outside, and Heppel didn't have a chance to do anything with that ball. That is not on the quarterback. He didn't even have time to throw it away. He did the right thing and got on it.
Nazareth has got one guy back, and they're going for the block. They saw something on that last series.
You saw if you can't get the ball back there, you got to go for it.
Yeah.
Good punt.
Becker gets it off. It's going to be fielded. No, it's going to take a bounce back. And look at that. They're going to still get the ball on the 46-yard line. So another nice starting field position for Nazareth. It's frustrating, Rick, because I feel for our defense. They've been in that first series. Obviously, they were on the field a lot. We have had a couple, I want to say 3 and outs. We've gotten a first down here and there, but not a lot of time for the defense to collect themselves.
Mark, I'm going to be more direct. Right now, through the first 16 minutes of this game, Bennett's getting manhandled. And Nazareth's able to do what they want right now on both sides of the ball. This is a big possession for this Benet defense.
Slot goes in motion. Malachuk takes a snap. Now we've got a flag. Edward McLean at running back for Naz here. He's going to take it over the left side. And he's going to get back to that original line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10, Rick.
Well, Nazareth doesn't seem to be in quite a hurry right now with a 14-point lead and moving the ball.
2nd and 10 for Nazareth. They've got trips receivers to this near side. Malachuk rolls right. He's got a receiver at the 40, and he's hit hard.
So you see what happened. They went trips. They rolled to that side. I thought we really had a shot at having a guy cut in front of that play and making that interception.
Cerveniak and Weidenbach in on the tackle there. But it's like we're just a step away each time, and they make those completions. Trips receivers now to the far side of the field. Malachuk rolls left. Now he's going to cut it back. He's got some running room. Does another move, spins, and he's brought down at the 28. You know, Rick, he's got a nice arm. He's not a very big guy, but he's quick on his feet, and he's not easy to bring down.
Well, that's the first time we've seen him do that, but he reverse fields. Usually that roll out as he throws the ball. Wasn't there for him. Cut back. He is a small guy, right? So when you see that happening, those linebackers, defensive line, corners have got to be trying to rip that ball out. He was holding that ball a little bit loose, it looked like to me.
1st and 10 for Nazareth. They're on Bennett's 29, 6:44 left to go in this first half. Nazareth's got a nice drive going again. Now they've got a tighter formation here. Malichuk moves them over now to the right side.
Watch the reverse fields.
They were moving on the snap. There's a run to the outside, and he's pushed out of bounds.
But you know what? You're right. I think they did. They've done that a couple of times. They've been called on it once or twice, but for the most part, it did look like that guy was jumping a little bit.
2nd and about 3 now for Nazareth. Flanagan checks out. Jaden Fauski checks in for Nazareth. They seem to be mixing up their tempos. Before they were rushing to the line each time. Now they took some time in the huddle. They send the slot in motion. They're giving it to him a jet sweep. He's going to go over that right side. And I think he's got the first down, Rick. It's really close. Let's see.
They're going to move the chains.
You're right.
Death taxes and high school officials moving the chains when it's close.
First and 10 for Nazareth.
Mark, I feel like we haven't seen the Benet offense on the field at all.
Handoff over the left side. And it's like every play they're getting 4 or 5 yards each play, Rick. I haven't seen a play in their backfield where we made a tackle or a strong sack or anything like that. But to your point, they're doing short routes. He rolls out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got 2 guys on your defensive end, Walsh has got 2 guys at him every time. Look at that.
Touchdown, Nazareth.
I mean, somehow our defensive back was on the ground.
Zach Hayes with the completion. And that was just too easy, Rick Aaron. And that's going to make it 20-0 at 4:40 left to go in this first half. So Hayes, who just made that touchdown completion, is attempting the extra point. Finn O'Meara with the hold. Snap is down, kick is up. And it's good. And just like that, it's 21-0 with 4:40 left to go in this first half. We'll see what Benet can do to get their act together and try to put together a drive. Commercial break.
We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
We're back, and I got to tell you, I'm really pumped out right now. We're down 21-0. We got to show some sign of light. Here's something maybe that'll get the crowd fired up. You mentioned a fan, Grandma Hoy for the Jones family, right?
Yes, we mentioned, yes, the grandmother, yes.
But I have got Maddie McAndrew in Athens, Georgia watching the game.
Wow.
You know, big UGA fan, and she's tuning in to watch the Red Wings.
Well, let me say something. I've known Maddie a long time. I'm going to give some advice, and probably the parents don't want to hear it. Go out and enjoy your Friday night in Athens. Go out and enjoy the college experience.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that I will disagree frequently with Rick. Maddie, go to church, study, go to bed early.
Well, listen, this is this is a must score here for the Red Wings, Mark. And I'll tell you, they've got to score, and they've got to. They're going to get the ball and have to score again here because they can't afford to have a goose egg here at halftime.
Walsh goes in motion. Heppel's got some pressure. He steps up. He's going to maybe gain a yard, Rick. The pocket was collapsing. I think he's got to step up a little bit there and still stay in the game. Walsh is in the slot there to the left. Hands off to Lawler, who cuts back, keeps his leg driving, and he's going to gain about 4 or 5 yards.
We're going to have to steal something out of their playbook a little bit here, Mark, and get the ball out quicker on quick slants and quick hitters that open this defense up. Because right now, either Heppel isn't getting the time for these longer passes, or they know that run is coming and they're stacking the box.
Yep, totally agree. Heppel drops straight back. Now he's going to unload it down this near side. He's looking for Tyson. And it's broken up. That's Hayes on the coverage. That's going to bring up a 4th and 4. And here comes the punting team, Rick.
It's not a bad play. It's a great first down play to kind of open that up a little bit.
Aaron Becker standing out at
let's give him a good snap. Line. There it is. And they were coming again.
Got him again, yeah.
If this takes a bounce, it's going to take a Benet bounce. Or if it hits him, you pick it up and go. Okay.
That's going to be covered by Godziak. I'm sorry, by, we got to stop him. We've got to get a stop here, Rick. 3:21 left to go in the first half. You stay at least within 21-0, you got a shot. You down 4 touchdowns.
Bennett's getting the ball at half.
Yeah.
Hey, it's high school football. A lot happens very, very quickly. It better happen very, very quickly.
Malachuk rolls right. He's looking downfield. Now he's got some pressure. God, and he completes it.
Well, a good rush by the Red Wings. But the kid throws a strong ball, but we have got to play tighter on these guys.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Everything is happening in front of them.
Right.
Which I understand if they feel like they're giving up a speed advantage to these guys, you've got to keep it in front of you. But when you see that rush going and the guy's cutting it short towards the sideline, those defensive backs have to come up. The guy's not going to have time to get past you.
No, that's the first serious rush we've seen by our defense, though. Got to keep that up. Now Weidenbach's blitzing up the middle. They pick it up nicely. They throw it out, and it's dropped.
Yeah, they picked up, you're exactly right. Weidenbach was coming through from the middle linebacker position, and they had 2 guys that were there to stop him.
Malachuk had Reese open here on this near sideline, and I think Reese was thinking about running before he caught it. So we're fortunate that he dropped that ball, because the ball was, give Malachuk all the credit in the world. He's been throwing really nice passes all night, Rick. Hayes and Penley split out to that far side. He's got McLean to his left. Malachuk drops straight back. He's looking upfield. He's got some pressure now. Now he's going to throw it deep. He's got his receiver open, and he overthrows him. Rick Taylor was open, and it's a good thing that he overthrew it, because
this quarterback moves around the pocket really, really well, right?
Yeah.
The rush was there. It was not a bad defensive play by Benet. The rush was there. They were with the receivers for a while. He moved around the pocket a little bit, stepped up, and really threw a ball 40-plus yards in the air and overshot his receiver.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this sophomore. I got to tell you, he doesn't play like a sophomore. I can tell you that. Malachuk has got McLean to his left. He's got trips receivers to the far side. He's going to roll left. He's looking left the whole time, and he unloads
short.
And he's going to be just short of the first
That's
down.
a terrible spot by this official down here, and they moved him. Good. The guy to the near side literally was 2 yards further
than the far side.
Than the ball actually was.
Wow. They're going for the jugular, Rick. 2:34. They're going to go for it with fourth and 1. They're going to throw it out left. He's got a receiver open who breaks the tackle, and he's got lots of room down that far sideline. And he's wrapped up, but not before he gets to about the 21, 22-yard line. You know, this is eerily similar to last year where we didn't have an answer for their skilled players on the outside.
Yeah.
Their slots and their receivers are making all sorts of quick moves on us, and we have not been able to stop them all night.
Yep. Well, you know, the strength of this Benet defense all season has been kind of those middle linebackers and what they do there, right? They're keeping it away. You're right. They're picking apart the outside. They're rolling out away from those guys. That's a hold.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not a hold on Weidenbach. You could see him.
Well,
turn.
it was right in front of the official, but the ball was overthrown.
Second and 10 for Nazareth. Just over 2 minutes left to go in this first half. Straight back. Now he's looking over the middle. He's got a receiver open, and he threw that one just a little bit behind him.
He hasn't made a lot of mistakes in this first half, the quarterback for the Roadrunners, but that one he threw into a little bit of coverage, and you're right. It wasn't his best ball of the evening.
He was looking for number 10, Garrett Reese, who I think was running a post there, and was just a little bit behind him. Third and long. I don't have the stats, Rick, but their third down conversion rate has been off the charts.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Hayes is on this near side here. He's got trips receivers on the far side. Now he's got the wideout coming in motion, coming towards us, and he's going to roll this way. He's completed, but he's going to be short. But once again, it's like you said, we're giving him so much of a gap here. It's going to bring up a 4th and 4, Rick. They're on the Benet 16-yard line. 4th and 4. Now they've got some substitutions coming in.
Well, we know they can kick it from there, right? We've seen the kicker's leg. He's got the ability. You know what they're going to do, Marcus? They're going to line up, and then they're going to bring the kicking unit out. There's no reason to leave any time left or much time for that Benet offense. Not that it's been doing much as of yet, but I think they're going to bring their field goal unit back out here and kick the field goal.
I think they're going for it, Rick. I don't see Hayes is number 7 is their kicker. Now they let the clock roll down. Now they take a timeout. I think they're trying to end this game right now. I really do.
Field goal might do it too.
They've got all the momentum in the world. We have not demonstrated we can move the ball. So worst case scenario, if they don't get the first, we've got the ball with under a minute left to go, and we're taking over at the 16-yard line. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, nothing in this first half has gone well on senior night for Benet Academy.
No.
Nazareth came out, hit him in the mouth. You're right, the third down conversions and the third down have been off the charts. This quarterback is doing what he wants to. And we haven't had that one big or two play to kind of get this crowd, which is a great crowd here tonight at Benet Academy, or at Benedictine, into the game.
Totally agree. Totally agree. McLean is to Malachuk's right. He's got a slot and a wide out, both on this near and far side. Now the slot is going in motion. He's going to roll right. He's got some pressure on him, throws it back across the field, and he's wide open. Clearly, there was a screw up in coverage there, Rick. Walsh had some pressure on him. In fact, it looked like he might get to him. We finally had some pressure on the quarterback. Finds a guy running a slant over the middle of the field, and there was nobody within 5-10 yards of him.
It was a beautifully designed play. They rolled away from the pressure. You know that that's going to come from the back end. But that guy released to an area in the end zone. It was wide open. There was nobody within 7 yards of him. And the quarterback threw a strike.
We're going to take a commercial break.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're just joining us, I've got nothing good to report. Nazareth's leading 28-0. They've moved the ball up and down the field. Our defense has not been able to stop them. And our offense, unfortunately, has not been able to gain any real success.
Well, we haven't sustained a drive, right? I mean, they've had some nice plays. Lawler's running well. A couple of good balls here by Heppel. But honestly, we're not getting the ball to the playmakers in space. We're not sustaining drives. The defense has got to be exhausted and depleted. You know, Mark, of course, you'd love to score a touchdown here before half, but you don't want to put it at risk either of making a mistake.
Change at quarterback for the Red Wings. Ryan Kubakian. He's talking to Lawler. Lawler moves to his left now. Kubaki standing on the 15. Takes a snap. Fakes it to Lawler. Now he's going to go over the left side. And he's got a nice pickup. Picks up about 5-6 yards. That's that zone read where I think he reads the defensive end. He pulled it and took it over the left side and then a nice carry. Rosanova's in the slot here on this near side. Kubaki takes the snap. This time he rolls right. He's got some pressure. Dumps it off to the right side. He was looking for Walsh. A little high on that one, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, some jitters here coming into a varsity game. Obviously a tough situation before half. You see a different dimension here with Kubaki. He's got some wheels on him. A little bit of what we're seeing on the other side. Rolls out, throws a strong ball. If anything else, if nothing else, I should say, it gives that defense a different look.
Walsh goes in motion. Kubaki's going to drop straight back. He's going to throw a deep ball here on this near side. It's a floater. And it looks like it's been
no catch.
No catch.
It looks
that
like there was
Hayes.
It looks like there was a defender there for a second, Mark, but the Benet receiver actually played defense there. I think that was Tyson.
Yes, it was Tyson.
And broke it up.
Did a nice job of making sure Hayes didn't have an interception there. That's a very good call, Rick. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 4, and Becker's going to come out again.
Somebody called the timeout.
You know, it blows me away how our punt team still doesn't look like they had the right personnel out there. I think we may have called the timeout.
I think you're right. It looks like there was a little bit of confusion there. You know, the way that they're coming through and going after the punter, you can't afford to have a block punt here with 10 seconds left in the half. You've already put yourself up in an enormous hole. You can't afford one more.
Good snap. Becker gets off a low punt. It's going to
let it go. Don't touch
Nazareth
it.
bounce.
No, 40. I know he's trying to save the yard, but you really want to burn those 3 seconds.
So with 3 seconds left to go in this first half, Nazareth leading 28-0. They're going to have to snap the ball one more time, Rick. Malachuk drops straight back. They're looking to score one more time before this half. He throws a nice deep ball to the corner.
Should have had it.
I'll tell you something. He had the receiver open, and honestly, I don't think Taylor was looking. That could have been easily another touchdown.
The quarterback threw the ball to the right spot.
Yeah.
Tough half.
Halftime, Nazareth leading 28-0. We'll see what Benet can do.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. Other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world.
It's October 23rd, 2005. The Chicago White Sox are hosting Game 2 of the World Series against the Houston Astros. Tied 6-6 in the bottom of the ninth inning. Leadoff hitter Scott Podsednik is at the plate. And while Podsednik went to the All-Star game earlier this season, Sox manager Ozzie Guillen is definitely not anticipating a walk-off home run finish to this particular ballgame. The Sox lead 1-0 in the series, but a potential 2-0 series edge, or the game potentially going into extra innings, is just a taste of the drama both teams have experienced lately. This is just the second World Series game in Astros franchise history, and for the White Sox, last night's Game 1 win was the ball club's first World Series victory since Game 5 of the 1959 Fall Classic. Houston, meanwhile, is still looking for its first ever World Series win. Therefore, a lot is riding on this 2-1 pitch, so let's rewind. Scott Podsednik, sometimes known simply as Scotty Pods by fans of the Southsiders, is starting to become a fan favorite. The White Sox had a formidable lineup of Carlos Lee, Bagley Ordonez, Paul Konerko, and Frank Thomas going into the 2005 offseason, but after finishing in second place to those pesky Minnesota Twins in 3 consecutive seasons, general manager Ken Williams pulled off one of the biggest blockbuster trades in Chi Sox history by dumping Lee's contract to the Milwaukee Brewers and acquiring the speedster in Podsednik. Just like that, Williams dumped a 30-homer, 100 RBI guy for the relatively unknown commodity in Podsednik. The theory was Podsednik would help bring a new dimension of speed and small ball mentality to the Sox. Williams wanted to change the direction of the franchise with a speedy and up-and-coming ball player who could frustrate opposing pitching staffs on the base pass, similar to what the Twins were doing with Lou Ford, Torrey Hunter, Luis Rivas, and Christian Guzman. And Williams' bold trade turned out to be a great one. The first half of the season saw Podsednik steal 4 bases in a game on 2 different occasions, with Scotty Pods making the All-Star team as the final vote candidate. His batting average hovered around 300, and he stole 59 bases for the Sox. The trade was still good for Milwaukee, as Lee finished with a career-high 32 home runs and 114 RBI. But the Brewers missed the playoffs in 2005, while the Palehosers won just their 4th division title since playoff reformatting went into effect during the late 60s. Williams actually changed the entire White Sox lineup. Frank Thomas was out most of the 2005 regular season and postseason due to a bone fracture. Ordonez signed with the Tigers during the 05 offseason. Jermaine Dye became the everyday right fielder, and Williams brought in 30-year-old Japanese rookie Tadahito Iguchi to become the everyday second baseman and 2-hole hitter. Iguchi became a key cog in the Sox lineup, with his 3-run homer in Game 2 of the ALDS against the Boston Red Sox being the climax of a very impressive 3-game sweep at the hands of the defending champions. Everything was different about this White Sox team. The mantra became win or die trying, as White Sox small ball, or Aussie ball, as was sometimes referred to in the Chicago Sun-Times and Chicago Tribune, became the team's identity. Instead of Lee cranking dingers to left field, Podsednik would steal bases, Iguchi would get him over, and Jermaine Dye or Paul Konerko would drive him in with the crucial RBI hit. However, the average baseball fan wanted to call it. The Sox overcame the odds and stopped the Twins from winning a 4th straight AL Central crown. But the White Sox actually had to go toe-for-toe, tick-for-tack with the Cleveland Guardians to see who would represent the AL Central in the playoffs. It was a crazy year for the Sox. By August 1st, the Palehosers were up 15 games on the Cleveland Guardians. Incredibly, that lead became a meager 1.5 games as the Guardians went 19-8 during the month of August. A turning point for the White Sox came on September 20th against Cleveland. Joe Creedy's walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th increased the White Sox division lead to 3.5 games. It was a 2-win swing, and it gave the White Sox enough breathing room for them to hold for the division crown. Even more interesting, Cleveland missed out on the postseason entirely after its amazing run. The Guardians/Indians lost 6 of their last 7 games, allowing the Red Sox to sneak in as the wild card representative. It was a tough pill to swallow for Indians fans, as this team went from a 48-47 record to almost upending the Sox for the division pennant. Instead, the Indians missed out on the playoffs for yet another year, their 4th straight season without a playoff appearance. The White Sox cruised past the aforementioned Red Sox, but the ALCS was a slightly different story. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim won Game 1 in Chicago, with Podsednik and catcher A.J. Pierzynski getting caught on stolen base attempts. Game 2 was a game to remember, as it was just a 1-1 tie with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. With 2 strikes on it, Pierzynski swung at a splitter out of the strike zone. The White Sox starting catcher thought the ball hit the dirt, and without instant replay in effect, home plate umpire Doug Eddings awarded first base to Pierzynski via the drop third strike. It honestly looked like a bad call by Eddings on replay, as Angel catcher Josh Paul clearly seemed to have caught the ball. It was new life for the Sox, and they wouldn't relinquish the opportunity. Pablo Ozuna pinch ran for Pierzynski. Creedy had a walk-off double, and the Sox dominated the Angels in Anaheim by each of their 3 starting pitchers, John Garland, Freddie Garcia, and Jose Contreras, all throwing complete games. The White Sox won all 3 games in Anaheim to enter the Fall Classic in more than 4 decades. It all started with a controversial drop third strike allowance by Eddings. If not for the drop third strike, the Angels could have won in extra innings and been up 2 games to nothing. Oh, the days of no instant replay. Some nicknamed the White Sox the Curse of the Black Sox, as the Sox have only played in 1 World Series since the infamous Black Sox gambling scandal. That is, until 2005 began. And to put salt on an open wound, Chicago's defeats in the 1983 and 1993 ALCS were to the eventual World Series winners, the Baltimore Orioles and Toronto Blue Jays. But times might be changing as the White Sox eliminated their curse of the Bambino by winning the Fall Classic just last season. The White Sox are now up 1-0 with a golden chance to win its first World Series since 1917. In fact, the Sox have not won more than 2 World Series games since 1919. But the Astros are also a Cinderella story. Since joining Major League Baseball as the Houston Colt 45s, the Astros entered the 2005 season without a single World Series appearance. Prior to 2005, the Astros were basically major choke artists come October. In 1980, the Philadelphia Phillies won the Fall Classic, but it could have easily been Houston. Back then, the NLCS was only best of 5, and Houston led 5-2 of Game 5, entering the top of the 5th at the old Astrodome. Phillies scored 5 runs at the top of the 7th. The Astros would tie the score at 7 with a late 2-out rally, but Gary Maddox's go-ahead RBI double in the top of the 10th became the game winner, as Houston couldn't mount another comeback after going down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the inning. It was heartbreaking for the Stros as they had Nolan Ryan on the mound in this do-or-die Game 5, but Ryan gave up 6 earned runs through his 7 innings of work. Philadelphia went on to win the 1980 World Series, a team which Houston had on the ropes during the National League Championship Series. Because of the 1981 player strike, there was a division series in the postseason. Houston won the second half of the year, so they got to face off against Los Angeles. The Astros won the first 2 games of the NLDS, but the 2-3 format allowed LA to host all 3 elimination games, and the Dodgers won a perfect 3-for-3 at Dodger Stadium. The Astros went ice cold to plate as the Stros scored a mere 2 runs during all 3 games. And if you can believe it, the Dodgers went on to win the 1981 World Series. The 1986 NLCS was just as bad, if not more gut-wrenching for the Astros faithful. Mike Scott, the ace of the Astros pitching staff, was the NLCS MVP despite his team's losing effort. Dave Smith was anything but automatic as the Astros closer. Up by a run during Game 3 at Shea Stadium, he gave up a 2-run digger to Lenny Dykstra, propelling the Mets to a thrilling 6-5 walk-off victory. The Astros trailed 3-2 as the series headed back to the largest city in Texas. Theoretically speaking, Scott was so dominant in the series that Houston just had to win Game 6 to allow Scott to pitch in a winner-go-home Game 7. Bob Knepper was Houston's starter in Game 6, and he pitched 8 scoreless innings, but he showed signs of fatigue during the top of the 9th, and after he gave up 2 runs in the last inning of regulation, manager Hal Lanier decided to give Smith another shot at closer. Smith just flat-out stunk most of the series. He walked the first 2 batters he saw, paving the way for Ray Knight to drive in the game-tying run on a subsequent sacrifice fly. It was a crushing collapse as the Astros were 2 outs away from forcing Game 7 with Scott on the mound. The same Mike Scott who had an ERA of .5 and walked just 1 batter during his combined starts in Games 1 and 4. The Astros fought hard the rest of the game. After the Mets scored a run on the top of the 14th, Billy Hatcher kept his team's season alive with a game-tying homer off the left field foul pole. But it wasn't meant to be for Houston as the Astros gave up 3 runs in the top of the 16th. The Astros scored twice in the bottom half of the inning, but bullpen arm Jesse Orasco eliminated the extra inning rally by striking out Kevin Boss with a runner on second. After all that hard work, the Astros season ended in an MLB playoff high 16 innings. For the 3rd straight time, the team who defeated the Astros in the playoffs went on to win the World Series as the Mets defeated the Red Sox during the '86 Fall Classic. From 1987 until 2003, the Astros never got any closer to a World Series appearance, and the Astros almost relocated to Virginia as former owner Drayton McClain seriously considered selling the team to William Collins. The Astros played in Houston after Collins couldn't get a stadium in place, and Houston voters responded positively to a stadium referendum to avoid losing the Astros just like they lost the Oilers. The Astros saw a resurgence in the late 90s and early 2000s, but the Atlanta Braves became Houston's kryptonite as the Braves defeated the Astros 3 times during the National League Division Series, 1997, 1999, and 2001. 3 straight division titles from 97 to 99 didn't matter as the Astros couldn't even win 2 games during the NLDS. They avoided the sweep until 2001, but they couldn't even advance to the NLCS in 1998 with Hall of Fame pitcher Randy Johnson on the roster. The 2004 Astros were a different story. Last season's ball club eradicated a 44-44 start to the year by going 46-26 down the stretch to win the NL wildcard. The Stros had to play against the Braves, but unlike the Larry Dierker-led squads, the Phil Garner-led Astros won the do-or-die Game 5 to advance to their first NLCS since 1986. While the Astros fought hard, losing the NL Central Division to the St. Louis Cardinals did in Houston as the Cardinals won Game 7 at Busch Stadium. Even more soul-crushing, Houston led 3-2 in the series, but they lost both games in St. Louis, including a demoralizing 6-4 loss in 12 innings during Game 6. The Astros entered the 2005 season with high hopes, and even though Carlos Beltran signed as a free agent with the Mets, Houston still had the killer bees of Craig Biggio, Lance Berkman, and Jeff Bagwell in the heart of its batting order. A 15-30 start to the year worried Astros fans, but after a 22-7 record in July, the Stros were back on track to clinching another wild card berth. The Astros barely hung on to win the wild card, as they had to win on the last day of the season to hold off Charlie Manuel's Phillies. As if the baseball gods love it being Astros versus Braves, the Astros had to once again play the Braves through the 2005 NLDS. And like last season, the Astros began a new tradition of eliminating the Braves in the division series. This time around, it was a 4-game elimination, as Chris Burke had a walk-off solo shot at the bottom of the 18th to send the Astros back to the NLCS against St. Louis. It was the longest game in MLB postseason history. Looking for revenge against the Redbirds, the Astros won games 2 through 4 and almost won the pennant at Minute Maid Park, but Albert Pujols cranked a 3-run bomb from the arm of Brad Lidge, and the Astros had to win their first National League pennant on the road. Some analysts consider that home run to still be on the mind of Lidge going into the World Series.
It would have been nice to get Lidge in the game in Game 6 in St. Louis in the NLCS to get that taste out of his mouth from the Pujols home run. I don't think that taste is there.
Then again, Lidge was basically unhittable during most of the playoffs. There's no way Petsetnik, who didn't hit a homer during the regular season, could hit a dinger against the all-star closer, right? And of all the people to give up a home run to Petsetnik, Lidge would definitely be at the bottom of the list, according to gamblers' odds. And for Lidge to even be in the spot is unbelievable. Remember, the Astros were down to their last out in the top of the 9th, but Jose Vizcaino put his name in baseball history by drilling a 2-out, 2-run single to left field to tie the score at 6. Perhaps Bobby Jenks was dead tired after having to get a 4-out save last night. Jenks inevitably blew the saves, but the Sox obtained its fair share of breaks earlier in the game to even be in that spot. The first such break occurred at the bottom of the 2nd inning. This ball should have been caught by Hall of Fame second baseman Biggio, but he somehow dropped the fly ball, allowing Brzezinski to score the go-ahead run. With 2 runners on base in the bottom of the 7th, home plate umpire Jeff Nelson determined that Dan Wheeler's fastball hit the batting glove of Jermaine Dye. Once again, instant replay verified that Nelson made the wrong call, as it sure seemed like the baseball hit the knob of the bat instead of hitting Dye. Garner was practically forced to go to the bullpen, and with the bases now loaded, he called upon Chad Qualls to try and jam the next hitter. Dye's hit by a pitch brought Konerko to the plate, and he capitalized on the first pitch with a 4-run 4-bagger to give Chicago its first lead since the 2nd inning. The breaks are seemingly going Chicago's way, but the Astros have fought hard to be in the position they're in right now. While he performed poorly during the last round, Lidge had a perfect 0 ERA during the 2004 NLCS and 2005 NLDS. He pitched 12 perfect innings during those rounds combined. During the 2004 regular season, he even received votes for the Cy Young Award. He's been very good in 2005, but his wins above replacement mark dropped significantly from 3.8 to now barely above 2. And to reiterate,
And here's a drive deep right field. This is going to go. That's the first home run he has hit this season.
Petsetnik's lone homer of the season came during Game 1 of the 2005 ALDS against the Red Sox, a home run that didn't even factor into the game's final result. It was all intents purposes a meaningless homer. But Scotty Pods crushed a career-high 12 dingers last season for the Brew Crew, so the power is somewhat there for Petsetnik. Will Lidge's mind be on straight, or will he be second-guessing himself after what happened to him in Houston against Pujols? Meaning, could Lidge accidentally leave a juicy fastball right in Petsetnik's wheelhouse? Can Petsetnik do what Konerko did 2 innings ago? Or will he try to do what he normally does and get a hit within the constraints of the ballpark? Petsetnik is ahead in the count 2-1 with 2005 All-Star closer Lidge on the mound. Welcome to a moment in history.
The 2-1. A swing and a high fly ball. Deep right center field. This is way back in the gap. And it's a gunner! A White Sox winner! A winner on a Petsetnik home run! And the White Sox go up 2-0 in the 2005 World Series.
The White Sox went on to win Games 3 and 4 to record its first ever World Series sweep and its first World Series title since 2007. Houston would not win a World Series game and subsequent title until 2017. Thanks for watching this Rewinder video. Make sure to subscribe below to never miss the action of Sports Broadcast Solutions.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
You're going to see a movie tomorrow? We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just about to start the second half. And Benet, the one positive thing I can tell you right now is Bennett's getting the ball. So hopefully our offense can get rolling here and get a score. Hayes is teeing up the ball for Nazareth. And we're just about ready to start this second half.
Well, Mark, we need to come out. We need to score right away, right, and put some pressure and get some excitement here on senior day.
Manuel's going to take it at about the 6. He's going straight up the gut. He's at the 15, cuts back. He's going to be just short of the 20-yard line, and that's where Benet will take over.
Mark, real quick for the second half, we got my good luck charm, Lila Rose Ormsby, sitting here watching the game with me. So if we're going to do it, she's going to be the person that's going to let it happen.
Love Lila. Love her.
She's the best.
New, conferring with his offense here on the sidelines. They break the sidelines, and Heppel's back in at quarterback. Lawler is going to be to his right. Guerin, Rohde, Biginus, Dentis on the front line there. Pitch
like
now
play,
to that right side. Lawler. And before I forget, Porcelli at center. I wanted to hit all the linemen.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that was a nice first play. At halftime, you got to figure the coaches are going to say, you still have a half of football. For some of you, this is going to be the last half of football that you guys play. Let's go out there. Let's jam it right down their throats, score right away, and make this a game. And that's a great first play and a first down for the Red Wings.
Heppel looks left, dumps it off. I believe that was Patello. Yeah, yep. Patello on a quick slant, kind of like what you said, taking it out of the playbook from Nazareth, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 35-yard line.
Your offensive line always looks a lot better when the quarterback throws the ball, gets the ball off quickly, right? I mean,
yes.
You're not going to have 4 or 5 seconds back there. Nobody does.
Lawler's going to take it right up the gut, and he's going to be, I think, just short, Rick. He's going to need 2 yards. It's 3rd and short here. In the slot to this near side, Rosanova. He's going to drop straight back. He's looking at Rosanova on the down and out. He's got a completion, and that's going to be a first down.
That's a first down for Rocky. You know, nice job by Rocky finding exactly where that first down marker was. Coming back, still staying at first down. Here come the Red Wings.
Move those chains, 1st and 10. Rosanova's going to be on that far side there with Tyson. Walsh, the lone receiver on this near side. Heppel's going to keep it, and you know what? They weren't fooled at all.
You know, Mark, it's a tough play. Those quick hitters are working, and then you kind of mix it up a little bit. I know you want to keep the defense balanced, but Heppel's a pass-first type of quarterback from what we've seen this season, and we're keeping his hands there. And now you're putting yourself in a long second down.
2nd and 15 for the Red Wings. Heppel's going to drop straight back. He's got a rush coming right at him.
Well, all that momentum on those first 2 first downs, we've kind of gone back the other way. So it is 3rd and Mark, a country mile. That's right.
Country mile.
Country mile means very, very far for those of you at home who don't know what that means.
Rush straight up the middle. They're going to try and throw a screen, and it just had no time to develop. We got a flag here on the near sideline.
Mark, I think that's going to be a hold.
Looks like preliminary sign is a hold. I just can't tell.
I don't know which way it's going,
Yeah,
though.
on the offense or defense. Looks like it's on Benet. Holding on the defense. Bennett's going to get a little break there, Rick.
Yeah, after doing some talking and figuring out what was going on there, it looks like they came to an agreement. It's going the other way. That's not an automatic first down, but it gets another play from scrimmage here and gets some of that back.
Third and about 14 for Benet. Heppel takes a snap. Another strong rush. He throws it out to that far side. Nice breakup. That was number 11 for Nazareth. James Penley did a nice job. Broke on the ball. Used his inside arm to block the pass.
You know what? That's a great play by the defensive back.
Boy, you're right, Rick. They had first couple of plays, they looked very strong, looked like we were moving the ball, and then just fell flat on our face.
Yeah.
Becker standing back at his own 24-yard line. 8:56 left to go. High snap. Gets a nice kickoff. It's going to take a nice bounce for Benet. It's going to roll out. It's going to stop at about the 33-yard line. That's where Nazareth will take over. Not the drive I was hoping for, Rick. I was really looking for a nice sustained drive.
Well, it started off very promising. Very promising on those first 2 plays. The sack really hurt them, and then the quarterback keeper, which had nobody fooled in the stadium, put them really back in a hole.
Malachuk, quick swing over here to number 2, Taylor. He breaks a tackle, and he's got a first down just like that. That was a quick moving play. Nice pass by the quarterback.
You know, they're moving him all over the place. They're moving him out of the backfield. They're moving him from the slot, from the receiver position. They're finding different ways to get Taylor the ball. Really a dynamic player, and they're doing a great job getting the ball to him.
Yeah, as we talked in the pregame, they moved their slots and running backs all over the field. See, now you'll see Taylor. He's a wideout on the near side of the field. And they're going to hit him again on a little bubble screen, and he cuts back. He's got some running room. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, cuts back. Dragged down at about the 6-yard line, Rick.
Mark, I don't know how he found that space or a guy didn't get the angle on him, but it was the short side of the field. He danced up and down the sideline, and all of a sudden he was open in space. Listen, 7 minutes left, you're down 4 touchdowns. It's not looking good for the Red Wings. This is where you want to see the seniors really have some pride here, have a big stop inside the 10-yard line.
Malachuk has got McLean to his right. He's going to hand off to him, sweeping it out to that left side. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards, Rick. That's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line.
This offense just seems confident they can do what they want to at this point, Mark. You know, run inside, outside, screen plays, throw the ball down the field. They're kind of moving at will.
He's got Hayes, and I think that's Taylor in the slot. No. Now he hands off right over the left side, and that was just too easy, Rick. That was McLean with the carry and a touchdown. And not the start we were looking for the second half.
Yeah, that's a disappointing drive for the Benet defense. They've been on that field a long time. I know they had halftime, Mark, but boy, they have really, really been out there.
Snap is down, kick is up, and it's good. And with 6:53 left to go in this third quarter, Nazareth takes a commanding 35-0 lead. We'll go to a commercial break.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330.
Yeah. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, and Nazareth is about to kick off. Line drive kick, and that's going to go over Manuel's head for a touchback. Nazareth has really dominated this game from special teams across the board, so offense and defensive, obviously. So let's see what Benet can do here. Kubaki back in at quarterback for the Red Wings. He's got Lawler to his left. Low snap. Lawler's trying to cover it up. He's running back into the end zone. He's fighting his way, and that's going to be a safety, Rick.
Isn't that a helmet? It's a helmet, though. Didn't it look like it was? He came in really high on that play. And it was right in front of an official there who just didn't want to deal with it, unfortunately. Well, listen, Mark, nothing is going right now.
No, I was just going to say it goes
defense,
from
special
bad
teams,
to worse.
Simple things. The snaps haven't been good tonight. Really had a great crowd here for senior night. But now you're going to give the ball back to an offense that you've had difficulty stopping all night. So, listen, at a certain point, you've got some seniors out here who haven't seen a lot of playing time. You want to make sure that they get some time here and do what they can.
So with the safety, Benet will have to, as you said, kick off or punt it. We'll see what they do here. But they're going to be giving the ball back to Nazareth with 6:46 left to go in this third quarter. Naz now with a 37-0 lead.
Yeah, and I think, Mark, you're going to see it on both sides. I think you're going to see some other guys from the Nazareth team go in there. They have some seniors as well who probably haven't gotten a lot of minutes. At this point, unless we have a miracle, I think Nazareth will probably be moving on, and Benet will have to review what they can work on in the off season. And that that helmet to helmet, it's not as much about a score at that point. It's more about seeing a kid get hurt, and that's just what high school and pros and college and everyone has done a really good job of trying to prevent. So you just hate to see something like that happen.
He's got some running room down this near side. He's going to get pushed out.
Now they still have Taylor in the game, number 2. Obviously a great player, the most dynamic player that we've seen on their offense, along with their quarterback. But you really want to keep this kid fresh for the playoffs and certainly not get some kind of ticky-tack injury.
Well, 37-0, 6:41 left to go. Coach Radke seems to wants to get that score to over 42, which I think gets the running clock because he's got his starter still out there. He's going to hand off over the left side.
You're going to see a lot of running now, Mark.
That's Brandon Flanagan over the left side.
Listen, what's great about football is people will watch games whether they went to school there or not. There's a lot of loyalty for people who have played high school football, and we've got a couple legends listening to the game right now with Keith McDonald and Jeff Ansel watching it on the back patio. Sorry, Benet couldn't have put on a better performance for you tonight, boys, but make sure you join us next year. We'll be back.
Malichuk hands it to McLean over that left side. And Ryan Patusik says no way and makes a nice tackle.
And Ryan, boy, he's fought through injuries all year. He when he's in there and he's healthy, he is really a force on that defense.
That'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Nazareth. Clock is running at 5:41 left to go in this third quarter. Malichuk drops straight back. He's looking left the whole time, and he's got a receiver open. Let's see where they spot it. Oh, boy.
Mark, what did I say earlier? What are the three sure things in life? Death, taxes, and a high school referee is going to call a first down if it's even close.
I mean, at this point, but wow.
Yeah.
They're not getting a break anywhere, Rick.
Well, they're going to keep the clock moving, though, Mark. That's the one thing you can take out of that.
Malichuk rolls right this time. He's got some pressure. Now he unloads it. I thought it was going to be picked off there.
Well, they've got their quarterback in. They've got their skill players in. I assume the line is very similar. So Nazareth isn't done trying to put some more points on the board.
Cerveniak and Weidenbeck on the coverage there.
If I'm a sophomore or a junior, I'm really watching what this game was and circling this in the future.
2nd and 10 for the Roadrunners. They're at the Benet 25-yard line. Malichuk hands off over the right side. And we've got to stop there, Rick. That's a nice play.
And that's what we've seen out of Benet's defense, Mark. I mean, that's always been a trademark. They have 4 or 5 defenders around the ball, making the tackle, not letting anything happen there, showing some excitement, helping each other up. We haven't seen enough of that tonight.
3rd and 11 for Nazareth. Malichuk way over there on that far side. He looks like he was talking to the coach for a play, and he's going to bring it in. Shares it with his teammates, and they're going to break the huddle. Fakes the handoff. Now he rolls left. He's got a pressure by Walsh, and he's sacked. We haven't seen that all night, and that was a great job. And Walsh
great job
steps
rolling
up.
right into that. And, you know, Mark, that goes back to, I'm not 100% sure why you're rolling out your quarterback who's going to play next week in a 37-0 game with 4 minutes left and leaving himself wide open like that. But that's why I just broadcast, and they make the big bucks on the sidelines, guys.
So, 4th and a country mile for Nazareth. They are at Benet's 37-yard line. I think this is their first punt today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. They had a couple of 4th downs. They went for it. You know, we talked about that first half. They were so solid on 3rd down. I think their percentage was somewhere in triple digits.
Hayes standing back at his 50. High snap. He gets it, but he gets it off in time. It's going to go to the left side. It's going to bounce out. About the 10-yard line, I say. And that's where Benet will take over with 3:07. We'll take a commercial break.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Benet taking over 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. Kubaki standing with Lawler to his left, fakes the handoff, runs over the left side, and he's wrapped up quickly. May have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, Rick. 2:57 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Benet trailing 37-0. Kubaki conferring with Walsh. Takes the snap. He's going to drop straight back. He's looking right. He was looking for Patello out on that far side flat. It was just a little high for him.
Yeah, that was a high ball. And Patello's not a overly tall wide receiver. He's fast and he's shifty. He's got some of the best hands you'll ever see, but that was out of his reach.
Third and 13 for the Red Wings. Kubaki moves Heiberger now, who's at running back, to his right. He's going to drop straight back. He's got some pressure, so he scrambles to his right, and he's going to keep it, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Good move.
Picks up about 5 yards on that run, so that's going to bring up about a 4th and 5, Rick, with 2:12 left to go in this 3rd quarter. And here comes the punt team.
That is a little bit of a different element that we've seen, is he does get outside and try to make something out of nothing. It wasn't enough, but some positive out of nothing.
Becker, who's seen a lot of action tonight, standing back on his own.
He has seen a lot of action tonight. That is a very, very true statement.
Good snap. He's going to fake it.
I'm not sure.
No, that was a design play, Rick.
That's a design play, and you're calling a fake punt from inside your 10. When you need 5 yards and you have a kid who hasn't thrown a ball all year up. And Mark, I don't pretend to be in those coaches meetings during the week. You know, we have our own coaches meetings that we deal with, but that play will not happen on Sunday for the Naperville Saints.
First and 10 for Nazareth. They're going to take over at Benet's 25-yard line with just over 2 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get that play. I know you're trying to get something going, then you keep your offense out on the field, and you put your best foot forward, I think. But
That was a run over the left side. Picks up at about 5 yards, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for Nazareth. We're just under 2 minutes now, about 1:44 left to go in this third quarter. Benet trailing 37-0. Nazareth knocking on the door again. Malachuk standing back on the 25-yard line, takes the snap, hands it off over to the left side. That looks like Justin Taylor on the carry, but I couldn't see who had it there. Take that back. That was number 8, Ethan Enriquez.
Ethan Enriquez.
McLean coming back in. He's going to be to Malachuk's right. They're going to hand off to him over the left side. He cuts back, and he's got a first down, Rick. That's going to bring up...
You know, Mark, we talked about this in the first quarter. Everything is just at that second and third level.
Yeah.
And when you got a quarterback who can throw and receivers who can make plays, it's really tough to really focus in on any one element of what we're looking at here. I mean, I feel for this defense because they have been out there.
Like you said,
I don't know if we have a time of possession, but I'm guessing it's got to be 75% of the time, and that could be under.
1st and 10 for the Roadrunners. Handoff over that left side is brought down after about a 2 or 3 yard gain, Rick. That was McLean again, and that's going to end the third quarter with Nazareth leading 37-0. You're watching Sports Broadcast Solutions. We're going to break.
I'm board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgeon. I grew up in Batavia, which is not too far from here. I've been practicing oral surgery for 15 years. I love what I do. I love getting patients through a difficult time.
I'm Christine Crary, and I'm from Wheaton, Illinois. For several years, I just ignored the problem and finally decided to do something.
My name is Helen, and I am from Naperville. My story began when I was 10 years old. I was told I was not a candidate for implants due to the bone loss that had come through all the surgeries and root canals.
For me to be able to connect with the patients, encourage them, have them acknowledge their own fear, and be able to get through it, and then at the end of it feel better.
I think the biggest part for them was they had to get through my self-esteem. And he convinced me and he walked me through and showed me the whole process of how I absolutely could have a beautiful smile someday.
That's what
Nazareth 2nd and 8. We're just starting this fourth quarter. They're on the 12-yard line. Threatening to score again. We've got some change of personnel here for the Roadrunners.
But number one I still see is out there, Mark.
Slot goes in motion. Here's some pressure from the outside.
Oh, boy.
And Weidenbach just lights him up.
Listen, Weidenbach has been a beast his whole career. That was a beautiful, beautiful tackle.
Yeah. There was a little anger on that blitz.
You could feel it from up here, right? I mean, listen, these guys have worked hard Always. The hours they put in, the film, the lifting, the practices, the travel. Weidenbach went out there and showed that he cares about how this game ends.
Yeah.
Great tackle.
Malichuk hands it off to the right side. And there's Weidenbach, and I think it's Heiberger in on the
It was
tackle.
Heiberger who was the first guy in, Mark.
There's the surge we were talking about that we've been looking for tonight, Rick. 11:18.
I'm not sure why the clock is stopped.
I'm not sure why the clock stops either. It's 4th down. And they're lining up for a field goal. The ref's trying to tell the timekeeper to get the clock rolling here.
But it never should have stopped, right?
Right.
Right.
Shouldn't have stopped. Ball is going to be placed down on the, looks like the 28-yard line. That'll make it a 38-yard field goal. Let's see what kind of leg Hayes has. Here's the snap. Ball's down, kick is up. And that doesn't look like it's got the distance, Rick. That's going to be...
Well, that might have explained one thing why they went for it down on 4th down before the half. That didn't look, I don't know if it's the same person that was kicking the extra points.
It was. It was. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Benet will get the ball back with 10:54 left to go in this ball game, trailing 37-0. They're going to get it at their own 20-yard line. And it looks like Heppel's back in at quarterback. He's got Lawler to his right. Slot goes in motion. Now they run the jet sweep. That's Manuel, I think. Cuts back.
The only reason he's back in at quarterback is my hope is that he's a senior. You know, and you get the seniors in here in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 8 for the Red Wings. Manuel is split way out to that far side. Heppel takes the snap, drops straight back. He's looking to his right. He's got a completion there. That was number 16.
One of the captains on the sideline, Brandon Smith,
Heath.
out there still trying to fire up the guys on the sideline. You love to see that out of a senior captain.
He's on the reception. Now he's going to hand off to Lawler, who spins.
Good run.
Fights forward for another 2 yards after that. And he's going to pick up about 7 yards.
Yeah, it was back to what we talked about, right? He's really tough to bring down with one guy because he keeps moving his feet, he spins, and he always seems to be getting that extra yard, 2 or 3 yards.
Heppel with that option now to Lawler on the right side. He's got some running room, and then he cuts back. I love how Lawler keeps going.
I love it too. He cut it back inside. He could have taken the easy way out, but he got the extra 2 yards by cutting it back into the heart of the defense. Nice run.
Joe Rohde leading the way, still blocking upfield. I like to at least see the fight that they've got him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, you've got some sophomores and juniors that are out there right now too that are coming back next year. They're not
Heppel
going to
drops
this
straight
field.
back. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got Walsh over here, and I don't know how that guy was hanging all over Walsh, and the ref is looking right at it. He literally climbed up his back.
I was just happy to see the ball go to Walsh. But you're right. I think he was there first, pulling him down because he definitely had a step on him, and he looks to be much physically more physically strong than the defender. So
Heppel looks to the sidelines, trips receivers to that far side. Rick Heppel Hands off to Lawler. Picks up about 4 yards, Rick. .8:37 left to go in this ball game. Benet with a 3rd and 8 call it. Heppel rolls to his left. He's got some time. He's got a receiver, but he underthrew him a little bit there, and the defender was able to knock it down, Rick.
Yeah.
That's a really tough throw to roll to your left and throw it that far downfield because you got to square your shoulders.
You're exactly right. That's a major league throw that somebody's got to make to get that ball off. But now you got 4th down. I think you just keep your offense on the field here, right? I mean,
of course. Yeah, you've got to. You've got to.
On the right side of the 50. Listen, you'd really love to get a touchdown here, get some points on the board.
Heppel drops straight back. He's looking for Tyson over the middle. Nice catch by Tyson.
Boy, that was a beautiful catch. When that ball left his hands, I thought that was going to sail over by a yard or two. And Tyson went up at the peak of that and really made a great catch.
Oh,
held on to the
really
ball, too.
nice catch,
First down, Red Wings. Don't tune out yet, folks.
It seemed like it just floated a little bit on him, and he made a hell of a catch. That was very, very nice by Tyson.
I just got word we're going to actually play 6 quarters, so if we score here, there's still some time.
Manuel in that slot. Now he comes in motion, and they're going to fake the jet sweep to him. Heppel's got some pressure. He rolls out of it to his left, and he's going to keep it. He's going to pick up some positive yards.
Yeah, it was nice he got some yardage out of that. He had time to throw that ball.
7:43 left to go in this ball game. Benet with a 2nd and 5 from the 23-yard line of Nazareth. Heppel looking right. He's got some pressure. He steps up, looks right again. He's throwing to Walsh in the end zone. Oh, Ricky had him, and it looked like it went through Walsh's hands.
It was a high throw. He stepped up nice in the pocket. They brought some pressure there, but when you got 4 or 5, I thought that was going to be a flag. I just saw the ball get thrown. He stepped up, and he just overshot him by an inch or two.
Tommy Lawler, the Benet Academy ball boy, was on the field there. That guy does a stand-up job every single game.
Yeah, he could be the MVP today.
Heppel rolls right, looks underneath. He was looking for Tyson, who was at about the 15, and it was short. So that's going to bring up a 4th and a long 4, let's call it 5.
Well, you're going to keep your offense on here, Mark. You really want to score some points. 7:28 left. 4th and 5. Be great to get a first down here.
Tyson Manuel out to that far side. He's got Walsh all by himself here. Heppel steps up. He's got some pressure. He throws it over the middle, and it looks like it's been picked off, and it's going to be a touchback. Manuel was running a post.
You know, it's a heck of an interception. The guy really got up there with one arm, made a catch. The other 2 inches, that's a touchdown for the Red Wings. But interception, tackle in the end zone, that'll go back to the 20, and Nazareth will come out with the ball with 7:21 left in the 4th quarter.
Rick, you got to love this. Look at this fan here with the laptop. I think he's watching Sports Broadcast Solutions right there. That's devotion right there. He wants to hear Rick Guerin speak. That's what I think, Rick. Luke Holstrom in at quarterback for the Roadrunners.
No real hurry here, Mark, as they're taking their time, bringing some guys in, calling plays out of the huddle.
Cormac Bisick at quarterback. He'll take the snap, hands it off the right side. That looks like McLean that got it.
I used to know a guy named Johnny Bisick. Wonder if there's any relation. See if we can get our crack crew on that, would you, Mark?
6:15 left to go in this ball game. Walsh checking in. Van Sumeren checking out.
Well, when you look back on Bennett's schedule, Mark, or the results, that Brother Rice game really came back to haunt this Red Wing team with the playoff push.
Bisick letting the play clock go all the way down.
Same thing John Bisick used to do.
Now he takes a snap, hands off over the left side. Ryan Petusik on the tackle. That's going to bring up a 4th and 10 for the Roadrunners at their own 20-yard line. Hayes, who's been handling all of their kicking duties for the Roadrunners, back at his own 8-yard line. Takes the snap, kicks away, kind of squirts that one off his right side of his foot. Now it bounces back into the field of play, and it's going to be stopped at the 36-yard line. So Bennett's got some good field position. Let's see what they can do with it here.
That bounce almost looked impossible.
Yeah.
Didn't it, the way it was going? It seemed like it was going out of bounds and somehow came back in. Well, 4:36 left in the season, Mark. Bennett's still looking to get that point here on senior night.
Heppel looks right, fires right. That's Manuel. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 with 4:25 left to go in this ball game.
You know, there's still a lot of fire on that Nazareth sideline right now. You can see the difference, right? And it's a tale of two teams here in this game.
New takes out Heppel, inserts Kubaki into the game. Kubaki's going to roll left. He's got a lot of pressure. Breaks one tackle, and he gets clotheslined.
There's a flag on that one, Mark. I thought I saw a flag fly in the air.
No, there was a flag.
Okay.
He literally took him out at his head. He was head hunting, and that's really frustrating to see, quite honestly.
Yeah.
When you're up 37-0, you're going to take out.
You've got a sophomore in rolling out into that defense. No reason for that. You hear some sarcastic flag claps. I don't think flags had a lot to do with the results of this game personally.
First and 10 for the Red Wings. They're at the 16, 17-yard line of Nazareth. 3:28 left to go. Kubacki drops straight back. He's looking to the right. He throws up a ball here to Walsh, and Walsh can't bring it down.
It would have been a heck of a catch by Walsh. I mean, he has 5 inches on that guy, but he still had to go over the guy. The guy had pretty good coverage on him in that corner. You know the biggest problem with an incomplete pass now, Mark?
Stops the clock.
That's right.
Kubacki looks left, unloads it, hits Manuel, who's streaking here. Is that Manuel or Patello? He's down to the goal line, it looks like, Rick. I believe that was Manuel.
Is that number 3?
Yeah, Manuel with the reception. And that's going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Benet quickly to the line.
Get it to a senior.
Kubacki takes the handoff. He's going to run it in with a touchdown. Touchdown, Benet. And they get to score with 2:56 left to go in this ball game.
Mark, it's a small victory, but you know what? It takes that goose egg off the table, right? So down the road, when our replacements have come out here in 2067, they'll remember that there wasn't a goose egg on senior night here in 2022.
Kick is up, and it's good. And it's 37-7 with 2:56 left to go in this ball game. We'll take a commercial break.
A broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion.
You get more from it if you don't do it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just telling you.
What I wouldn't be shocked is if this was an onside kick.
Benet about to kick off, trailing 37-7. Just under 3 minutes left to go in this ball game. And here's a pooch kick right over the right side. It's fielded by number 18. That's Jake Pinkney. Did a nice job of fielding that, and they will take over.
Well, it's nice to see the diehards are still here. We had a great crowd here tonight for senior night. Beautiful weather. The Joneses are still here. Joneses, thank you for staying. We really appreciate this. Has been great. Don't give up now. We still got some time. Well, Mark, I'd be surprised if it was anything but 4 runs right here.
Handoff over to the right side. He's wrapped up and thrown down by Wadenbach with a big tackle.
You know, we talked about it earlier when he had that great tackle in I think it was towards the end of the third quarter. Not giving up.
Second and 12 for Nazareth. 2:28 left to go in this ball game.
That's a reliable source.
Nazareth breaks from the huddle. Inside handoff, breaks one tackle, dragged down, nice run, picks up about 5-6 yards. That's going to bring up a third.
Well, we got two more plays here, Mark. But you know, before we tune out, for those of you who are still listening, it's been an up and down season, a very, very tough schedule for the Red Wings. Always tough to see some of the seniors who have meant so much to the program leave. They will be missed. We appreciate everything they've done for us. Sorry we couldn't sneak this one out and get to the playoffs this year, but if you're a junior or a sophomore or even a freshman, you see what it takes to play high-level high school football. And the playoffs is the ultimate goal. So it's been a fun season, a challenging season, at times a disappointing season, but I hope these seniors walk off with their heads up high.
Inside handoff. That's Heiberger, wraps him up quickly. Nice stop. That's going to bring up a 4th and 11. Hayes back at his own 29-yard line. Looks like they're going to let the clock run down as far as they can go here on the play clock. Here's the snap. Kicks away, almost blocked. Ball went straight up in the air. I think it bounced off of Weidenbach.
It was certainly a penalty, but they're not going to throw a flag.
Well,
you can talk your way out of that one, but you can't run into it that way.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, thank you for another great season. Cindy McAndrew, thanks for coming up. See you Sunday.
Yeah, I am. That was a tough one, Rick. Always enjoyed doing the games with you, but this one was a tough pill to swallow. Benet looks like they're going to get one last snap here. Charlie Cooney's out there. Kubaki at about the 38-yard line. He's going to drop straight back. He's going to look to unload it. And this is a high floater, and that's going to fall short. Stop the clock with about 4 seconds left. We'll get one last snap here, Rick. Nazareth's dropping way back. Kubaki's going to scramble to his right. He's going to throw it up in the air to the corner here to Walsh. It's going to sail out of the back of the end zone. That's going to wrap it up. So the final here tonight, 37-7. Pretty complete win for Nazareth, who will advance to the playoffs. Thank you to Sports Broadcast and Benedictine University, and of course to the Benet Academy Red Wings. Thank you and good night.
Game 6 of the 91 World Series at the Metronome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's an unlikely matchup between the Atlanta Braves and the Minnesota Twins. The Twins won the World Series just 4 years ago, but like the Braves, they weren't supposed to be here. Kirby Puckett is at the plate, and you might know what happens next on this 2-1 pitch. And for that, I'll give you a virtual high five due to your ability to use the internet. But for those of you who don't want to cheat via Wikipedia or BaseballReference.com, let's get in that DeLorean and crank it to 88 miles per hour. It's time to travel back in time, or as SB Nation would say, let's rewind. The 1991 Fall Classic was far from straight chalk when it comes to the gambling mindsets of sports bettors. According to TampaBay.com, the Braves were once 250-1 odds-on favorites to win the World Series. If you bet $100 on the Twins in spring training, that was a great bet, as they were 100-1 odds to win it all. In fact, both teams finished in last place in their respective divisions the year prior. The Braves were actually in the National League West back then, and although they'd be dominant in the later part of the decade, the beginning of the 1990s wasn't friendly to Bobby Cox's team. The first year of the 90s saw the Braves finish the regular season at just 65-97, but general manager John Schuerholz saw something in Cox, and the fiery skipper became the head honcho on June 23, 1990, replacing Russ Nixon. It didn't lead to an improvement when it came to wins. The Braves were 25-41 when Nixon received the pink slip, and they finished the year 26 games out of first with Cox as the manager. Still, the players seemed to respond to the 50-year-old skipper the next season. The Braves were notably better, but a World Series appearance still seemed very unlikely on July 11th. A .500 record at just 40-40, the Braves were on the cusp of being sellers at the trade deadline. But then something happened. The Braves just refused to lose. An incredible 54-28 finish to the season saw the Braves 4 wins away from a National League pennant. They clinched the division on a second-to-last of the season, with the Braves remaining in first place from September 20th until the clincher on October 5th. The stunned Los Angeles Dodgers couldn't believe it. How could a Braves team who were at .500 practically halfway through the season keep them from an NL pennant? As for the Braves themselves, next came the Pittsburgh Pirates, led by Silver Slugger Barry Bonds. If the regular season was crazy enough for Atlanta sports fans to start believing, the 1991 National League Championship Series was something we probably won't ever see again. 4 shutouts took place in the series, including 3 1-0 shutouts. The Pirates were the heavy favorites to advance to the World Series. A 98-win team, the Pirates won the division by an easy 14 games. John Smiley won 20 games for the Buccos, the last time a Pirates pitcher won 20 games during the 20th century. Doug Drabick was the reigning NL Cy Young Award winner, and with Bombs and Bobby Benet still in the primes of their careers, there's no way that Bobby Cox's Cinderella story could still wear their gold slipper going into the championship round, right? Wrong. Tom Glavine, the 1991 NL Cy Young winner, was on this Braves team, but he actually underperformed in the series. Game 1 went to the better-seeded Pirates, a well-deserved 5-1 win to the higher seed as the Pirates scored the game's first 5 runs. Glavine was the loser in this one by walking 3 batters and giving up 4 unearned runs. Atlanta's David Justice hit a leadoff homer in the top of the 9th inning, but it was just too late as the Pirates took a 1-0 series lead. The Braves found a way to split the first 2 games at Three Rivers Stadium, with Steve Avery leading the way to a 1-0 shutout. Game 3 was all Braves. A 10-3 win as John Smoltz was the much better pitcher in the Braves' first home playoff game in nearly a decade. But games 4 and 5 were won by the Pirates, including a seemingly back-breaking 1-0 shutout victory in Atlanta. Zane Smith led the way for Pittsburgh in Game 5, and with their backs against the wall, Atlanta had to somehow win both games on the road to make their first World Series since arriving in the capital of Georgia. The Braves just wouldn't let their dream season die. Not only that, but they held the Pirates scoreless for the last 22 innings of the series. From the top of the 6th in Game 5 until the final out in Game 7, the Pittsburgh Pirates couldn't muster a single run. A 1-0 crushing defeat in Game 6 saw the Pirates 1 win away from elimination, and after the Braves scored 3 runs in the top of the first inning during Game 7, the Buccos offense went ice cold down the stretch. Steve Avery stole the show. He didn't give up a single run in his 2 starts. 16 2/3 innings pitched for the young stud on the mound, and he, of course, won NLCS MVP. But the Braves weren't the only weird newcomer to the postseason party. Just 4 years earlier, the Minnesota Twins were World Series champions. Gone were the days of Harmon Killebrew and Rod Carew, but these new Twinkies were still fan favorites. Kirby Puckett, a former junior college player, led the charge in center field. But interestingly enough, not a single player on the Twins had 100 runs batted in during the '91 regular season. The Twins weren't a team known for power. Puckett only drilled 15 homers in 1991, a huge contrast to the 1987 squad when he hit 28 homers. The 1991 Twins were scrappy, annoying, and hard to beat. Designated hitter Chili Davis was the only Twin with over 25 home runs, and the lone 20-game winner on the pitching staff wasn't future Hall of Famer Jack Morris. That distinction went to Scott Erickson. Still, the Twins cruised to an AL West Division title by commanding 8 games. And after dismantling the Toronto Blue Jays in just 5 games during the ALCS, it looked like the Twins had the upper hand for the 1991 World Series crown. After all, the Braves barely squeezed into the World Series, while the Twins looked like the far more superior team. But the World Series started anyway, with Cox proving to the rest of the world that he would become one of the game's all-time great managers. Down in an early 0-2 hole, the Braves looked like a completely different ball club when they flew back to Atlanta. 3 straight victories at the old Fulton County Stadium, including a 14-5 convincing victory over the seemingly unbeatable Twins, put the Twins in major trouble. Just like that, Tom Kelly's squad looked all but done. The problem was, they weren't. Plus, they still got to go back home for Games 6 and 7, assuming they could force a Game 7. The 1991 World Series became one of the all-time greats, and Game 6 was no exception to the rule. The Twins struck first with 2 ball players crossing home plate in the bottom of the first inning. The Braves seemed to have the momentum back after Terry Pendleton hit a 2-run bomb in the top of the 5th. Determined to play Game 7 at the old Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, the Twins got the lead back in the bottom of the frame. And after battling to a leadoff walk, Don Gladden stole second base. A couple of flyouts later, including the sacrifice fly by Puckett, gave the Twins the lead back. But don't count these Braves out. Up by a run in the top of the 7th, Kelly allowed starting pitcher Scott Erickson to run back out there. But after a leadoff single to Mark Lemke, Kelly had no choice but turned to Mark Guthrie. Guthrie started off okay with a strikeout to Jeff Blauser, but then location and accuracy came to bite him in the butt. A walk to Lonnie Smith, including a can't-have-it wild pitch, put Kelly in a tough spot. Guthrie was able to jam Terry Pendleton, but with Chuck Knobloch playing a double-play depth, Pendleton's little nubber got enough of the AstroTurf to give him ample time to claim the infield single. Just like that, we have bases loaded, and Kelly was forced to go to the bullpen yet again. In came Carl Willis. It was also decision time for Kelly. Should he bring the infield in, bring in the corners and play double play depth, or play double play depth around the infield? The Twins decided to play back with the middle infield, and it cost them. Ron Gant's ground ball in between the third base and shortstop hole allowed him to beat out the fielder's choice, and the Braves were once again in business.
Gant with a good jump out of the box just beats the play.
A 3-3 tie with runners on the corners. Willis was in a huge pickle, but he threw a devastating 2-2 off-speed pitch to Davis Justice to get him to swing and miss. The lead was gone, but the tie still remained. The Twins had a golden opportunity to retake the lead in the bottom of the 8th. Puckett stole second base with 2 outs, but Shane Mack couldn't drive him in. Nobody got close to tying it in the 9th, so Braves fans had to wait until extra innings to see if their team would be sipping the champagne in the locker room. Remember, this was a big deal for Braves fans. Atlanta hadn't won a World Series since relocating from Milwaukee, and the city of Atlanta had never seen a professional sports team win a championship up to this point. Atlanta nearly obtained their first lead of Game 6 in the top of the 10th. A leadoff single by Pendleton looked to be great for the Braves, but a stolen base attempt, or perhaps a hit and run, led to a slow-moving line drive and an easy double play for the Twins. So much for that potential rally. The Twins went 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 10th, so we went to the 11th. The Braves somehow got another leadoff single, this time by Sid Bream. However, Bream probably should have been at second base, if not for his oft-injured right knee. He crushed the first pitch down the first base line, but couldn't advance into scoring position. Keith Mitchell had to pinch run for him, and in this era of old-school baseball, stolen bases were more commonplace. Mitchell got caught stealing on the first pitch of Brian Hunter's at-bat, and that pretty much did in the rally. No more base runners for the Braves. Should Cox allow Alejandro Pena to pitch into the 11th? Pena might be needed for Game 7, so Cox is pretty much forced into allowing Charlie Liebrant to man the rubber in the bottom of the 11th. Liebrant probably wasn't the ideal choice. He had an ERA over 4 coming into this pitching appearance, and with Puckett leading off the inning, Cox was just praying Liebrent could force a 12th frame. And now Puckett can make history with a walk-off blast. But to understand how memorable this home run could be for Puckett, you have to know his life's history. Puckett grew up on the south side of Chicago. He was so small for center field, just 5'8", that he didn't receive a single scholarship once he graduated from Calumet High School. He actually entered the workforce right out of prep school at the Ford Motor Company. Luckily for him, Bradley University, an NCAA Division I school in the Missouri Valley Conference, gave him a shot. He then had to transfer to Triton College due to becoming academically ineligible at Bradley. However, he had what it took to play at the next level, and the Twins took a huge risk by drafting a junior college ball player with the 3rd overall pick in 1982. They obviously didn't regret taking the shrimp beef but full of energy ball player. He ended up making it to the big show in 1984 and helped lead the Twins to a World Series championship 3 years later, their first one since relocating from Washington, D.C. He never missed the All-Star game since 1986, and he was the 1991 ALCS MVP award. He was absolutely brilliant coming into this at-bat. He tripled in Knobloch, made an unbelievable catch in the 3rd inning, and has 2 of the 3 Twins' RBIs tonight. According to multiple reports, he told players in the clubhouse they could jump on his back tonight and he would carry them to victory. Well, here we stand. A 2-1 count on Puckett. It's a tie game in the bottom of the 11th. Can Puckett get on base or even crush a legendary walk-off homer to preserve Minnesota's incredible season? Or can Liebrent jam Puckett and face off against Chili Davis, who is already 0 for 4 on the night? Here comes the 4th pitch of the at-bat. Welcome to a moment in history.
The hitter swings at the arm motion. Into deep left center for Mitchell, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
The Twins went on to win a memorable Game 7 by a final score of 1-0. Jack Morris pitched an unbelievable 10-inning shutout. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. But my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. A tough loss for Benet Academy tonight on senior night, 37-7, but they weren't shut out, and a major reason because of that is because of this young man, Andrew Tyson, with some big catches on that drive. Andrew, not the result you wanted, obviously. Wanted to go to the playoffs. 37-7, you didn't get shut out. Saw some good things on that drive to get that touchdown.
Yeah, it was. You never want to go out this way, especially on senior night. You know, it's sad, but I won't have next year. But I know these guys are going to work hard and come back strong next year, and they're going to hit the weight room hard. Do everything they can.
I was surprised that you guys were even in this spot. It didn't look good. You guys were 1-3. Then you go on a 3-game winning streak. You actually had a chance to go into the playoffs last week against Julia Catholic. Yeah. Just couldn't get it done these last 2 weeks. What went wrong?
I just think there's just lack of preparation, like lack of focus and practice at maybe towards like the end there. But I mean, a lot of these guys gave their all, and we played some really tough teams, so you can't put it on any single person or single like offense or defense. You know, it's a team effort.
What did it mean to you that this team wasn't quitting? You found a way to put points on the board, not just for your fans, but for the parents as well.
Shows a lot of about like the heart all these guys have and what they teach us at Benet. Never give up and, you know, just battle through it.
Rick Guerin was talking a lot about it on the broadcast, how John Weidenbach, even though the score was 37-0, he's still giving it his all. You guys are still giving it your all. What does that mean to you, these seniors, the class of 2023, even in a game 37-0, Nazareth clearly going to the playoffs, you guys still gave it your all?
You know, it shows like that a lot of these guys, it's their last time going to be on this field, so just why not leave it all out there and just try as hard as you can, no matter who's out there for them, and just, you know, don't give up.
What's on the horizon for you now that your high school football career is over?
You know, I'm probably just going to focus on physical fitness and try to get in the gym and lift a ton. I might play baseball this spring. We'll see what happens.
Andrew, good luck with you and your future pursuits.
Thank you.
That's Andrew Tyson. That does it for our post-game show. So for our excellent crew, for Bob Bilsaway in the studio, for Chris Angela on videography duties, I'm Kyle Smith signing off. Nazareth wins 37-7, and we'll see you next year for Benet Academy football.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.